Hello, everybody. It is I, Colour Printer. Welcome to the lovely, or welcome back to our Wonderland. Hi, Hales. Welcome to the stream. And hi, Maiden. Hope you're doing well. Hope nothing bad will happen in Wonderland. Usually, my YouTube description, because I get to put a description on YouTube, is great. It's trying to explore Wonderland. Hopefully, nothing bad happen. Oh, what's this content warning? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Wait, hell, you Ultra Instinct said hi to Mason before Mason said anything. That's amazing. That sounds so excited for Maiden and depressed for me. Hales, I get like 3 days away from you. Like 3 days away. And then we're gonna go watch like films and stuff, and it's gonna be really nice, but I only get 3 days, okay? I'm being dramatic for like effect. Tough. I had to make the second I said Maiden's please. Hey. Weird, last time I streamed, I was drinking a cup of tea because I was feeling a bit chilly, and now I'm drinking a cold drink because it's way too hot. The pinner had to shit because my Jack's plushie arrived like 10 minutes ago. She's home. Yes! That's what I'm talking about, baby. Oh, you are lucky to have her. Currently, my favorite tweet is Goosework saying, I vastly overestimated the amount of people who know what boy moding is. I'm gonna go not do work alone now, okay? Okay, Hales, you go not do work alone. Actually, this sucks. Sounds like a skill issue. I'm just gonna pin the I'm pinning the content warnings. Now people who think that Jax came out of nowhere. What? What do you mean came out of nowhere? That's bewildering. That's straight up befuddlement. Came out of nowhere. Jeez Louise. I was saying moving goalpost. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest. It was kind of obvious when we started talking about freaking being an egg to crack. I mean, at some point you have to kind of go, yeah, maybe. Okay, I'm pretty sure you were here last time I made them, but I'm just gonna very quickly go through it. We have content warnings for this stream. I mean, I pinned them, you know. But we have coarse language, strong graphic violence, illustrated and textual, uncomfortable sexual situations and unwanted sexual advances, disturbing and potentially triggering elements, including suicide, bullying, emetophobia, cannibalism, infanticide, etc. You don't just throw an etc. in your content warnings. And if Carrot does see this, I am joking. White hair and Sans Undertale went into the woods after someone went missing, and now they're in Wonderland when nothing bad will happen. Ah, oh, okay. I've been so wrapped up. I was meant to make some kind of character guide. I was meant to make a silly character guide. I haven't even taken my favorite Iggy expressions and stuffed them in the. Oh, there's so much in this game. And yeah, ripped them out of the game yet. I'll make some kind of guide. Because I think it'll be funny. Okay, just as a reminder, because, my goodness. We have our lovely 5 characters. Ace, Jack, King, Queen, and Jonkler. We have Iggy. Oh, we have Gainzo. We have Orlum. We have Gidget. And we have Bugs. How loud this game is. Turn down my headset. On stream, it's like way quieter than anything else. To be honest, I've drawn so much fan art I could probably end the stream with an art section if I had the time. I could like search my account or something. But like I've done so much on this game. One of my more recent like casual sketches is literally, I think I just did it to unwind, and it's literally just like some pride art, including Iggy and the Orlum. Wow! I didn't need to go back to that, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, wow, that is so scuffed. That is so scuffed. My guy, what did I do to you? My goodness. Okay, I cannot complain about my current characters though. I'm gonna save this just so I can, just so I can show on stream. Like, actually, oh my god. Some of it's fine. Like, I think the Wonderland stuff's actually okay, but my own characters, oh, I ain't good. A very eventful few days between Delta Ring Chapter 5 and a few days Art Fight prep and my ever-expanding Steam backlog. I never join Art Fight because I'm gonna be honest, it's not like a bad thing, but I just never end up. I never end up. I'm never in a good place to do Art Fight. Like, I'm not in a good place to be drawing a lot of art. That's why I'm not drawing a lot of art at the moment. But, my guy, what have I done to you? And just for reference, here's Iggy and Orlum. I drew this in, like, a week. Like, 2 years ago. Which flag is that? That's the A-spec flag, so aromantic asexual. So, yeah, it was all of my arrow ace aligned, characters. That's literally me on the flagpole. And also Iggy and Orlum, because I didn't know any other characters. Alright. Well, I hope you have a good time in Art Fight, and I will be streaming Deltarune in 2 tomorrows. So I need to get to the end of this. I need to get to the end of this today. Otherwise, I'm not getting to the end of it. I wanted this to be a 2-stream thing, so... Not in a bad way, but... If the, Get some weird messages. Alright. This is my first year Glory to Steam mystery. Oh, nice. Well, I hope it all goes well. I hope it all goes very well. I know a couple of people doing Art Fight. I don't know, it's just not my kind of thing. My kind of artistic stuff kind of comes in bursts, and that well is dry right now. It always seems to be dry during Art Fight, so I don't really participate in it. Not like I don't participate in art stuff. I did the 30 Days of Our Wonderland because brain rot, apparently. And I did Inktober last year. I have done them, but Yeah, art fight always comes at the worst time for me, my goodness. Alright. Yeah, focus on the game. I need to get to the end of Arc 1. I need to get to the end of Arc 1. I want to see the exclusive artwork. I need to see the exclusive artwork. Using art fight is forcing myself to actually draw rather than procrastinate drawing. That's fair. That is really fair. I mean, the thing is that I'm doing, like, writing stuff at the moment, so I'm not doing creative stuff. You catch my drift? I'm just doing the wrong creative stuff at the event. Speaking of writing, I've done Undertale and Wonderland crossover fan art, and I still think it's really good. I still really like it. Art is art, exactly. But I'm pretty sure visual art fight is more visual than wordy. Wordy me birdie. Right. Okay, focus on the game. Focus on the game. It's so long. I'm like physically wearing the lightest, airiest clothes I own. How is it so warm still? Alright. But before any words can form, the sound of footsteps interrupts my thoughts. Alright, yeah, previously we met the cast. We watched some children stab themselves. Have some very, very fun times inside of a tree, and then one of our friends' bucks went missing, so we went to hunt them down, and we somehow ended up entering the same tree from childhood, and we've just woken up. Also, Gainzo here is meant to be blind, but he isn't anymore, so congratulations! Heavy. March-like. Again and again. Steady and methodical. I throw a glance at Gainzo, then dash towards the window. Gainzo follows suit, and soon both of us have our fingers on the steel, and our heads squeezed inside the rounded frame, eyes seeking the source of the sound. Blindness curing trees, gotta love them. Yeah. They come 2 by 2, boots bruising the dirt, long ears bouncing left, right, left. First 2 with white armour tipped red, second 2 with tipped black, and on, with wide shoulders heaving and iron spears swinging in sync. They round the curve of a well-trimmed path, picking up dust with each synchronous step.
Are those the rabbits?
Gain's voice is hushed despite the glass separating us from the small battalion. My insides twist uncomfortably. I think so? I can see them in my mind, gangly and awkward, but sweet and doting as they watch over us. Patient and curious with each new treasure we'd shown them or each game we wanted to play. They've been our protectors, our friends. Now their soft brown fur is frazzled and splotchy. Their graceful ears ripped and torn. And their kind eyes twist back and forth in their sockets, twitchy and jumpy. They march with purpose. Red, black, red, black. Until the rabbit in the leads comes to an abrupt halt. Those behind him barely able to stop in time. Liz standing straight up like lightning rods baiting a storm, and his nose twitches once, twice, 3 times. Spins around. The rabbits behind him jump into gawkish salutes. The lead rabbit twists his head left, right. The way he moves is unnatural, so quickly and erratically it's like watching a TV stutter from one frame to the next. The tufts of frayed fur and the cheeks shudder with each hair-trigger contortion of his neck. Where is he? Where is he? The high-pitched squawk. Where is he? Where is he? The high-pitched squawk rattled the window pane. The other rabbits seem confused. They remain quiet, simply bridging their heads back and forth in search of some unknown entity. Another squawk from the lead rabbit. I half expect to see puffs of steam billowing out from his crooked ears. Sentry 218, you overgrown rodents! This prompts an about face from the soldiers in the battalion, who quickly spin on their heels to face a single rabbit at the back. The only one without a partner. Don't know why I didn't expect card soldiers in a game with Wonderland in the name. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, there is a... Not a surprising lack of Alice in Wonderland stuff, given the game, given the title, I'm going to be honest. There's enough. But it's not like the focus. But, you know, you get some things. Me when the reboot throws a few crumbs to the old school fans. The rabbit in question flinches and steps back. Thud, thud, thud. Each impact of Lead Rabbit's boots on hard earth makes the walls of our school clusters shake as he stomps at the back of the rank. His next words are screeched, less from an inch from the soldier's lone fidgeting nose. I thought I told you to keep that bucket line, sentry! A pause. He grabs the other rabbit's ear, half yanking it out of its skull in order to read what looks like some sort of metal tag affixed to the mangled cartilage. 104! He lets go of the ear, and 104's head jolts backwards. So tell me then, where is 218? 104 has his head so low and his face half hidden inside the plate of his armor. I don't know, sir. He told me he had to take a piss, sir. I tried to stop him, but he said it was urgent. He promised me he'd be right back. The lead rabbit jerks forward and grabs 104's spear. Ears like crooked antennae protruding from his head. He raggles its tip in front of the cowering rabbit. His entire body twitches between each erratic flick. Every one of you untrained lagomorphs take a leak without you so much as stretch your lines, we would make it halfway around the kingdom. Do you want to be the one to report to the king our daily patrol was held up on the account of some nitwit urinary incontinence? I think not! I'm sorry, sir. The lead rabbit's face has gone red. The next time someone so much as mentions needing to relieve themselves, he raises the spear above his head. I put you down on your knees, saying, let. The head of the spear descends, clocking 104 right between the ears. Me? And again, right on the same spot. Help! Another jerk upwards, another jerk downwards, this time eliciting an audible crack from the bone. Stop, sir! But he doesn't stop, not even after his verbal tirade is over. 104 brings his hands up, but the spear swings past him easily, again and again, cracking against the same spot. 104 drops to his knees, the next hit dents his skull inwards. The other rabbits watch in petrified silence, and out the corner of my eye is what Gainzo's fingers tighten against the windowsill. My own breath has gotten itself caught somewhere around the base of my throat. Crack. Red leaks down 104's head, filling his eyes. Crack. The crown of his head dimples, buckles. Crack. Pinkish brain pushes up through the fractured bone, his eyes bulge from their sockets. I don't remember the sound being that visceral! Crack. This time the head of the spear sinks its way into the nose, forming a mangled valley in the middle of his head and ejecting blood and brain matter out the sides of his face. 104's body shudders, deflates, and collapses on the ground. Sticky goop drips from the head into the spear of his back. The lead rabbit's shoulders heave. He gazes upon his handiwork for the moment before righting the spear and stabbing the bottom end into the dirt. The head of it shudders from the impact, sending more red splatters to the ground. This guy is geeked. This is not disco. Unfortunately not. Though, if we could talk to dead guys in this, it'd be quite cool. But actually, maybe not. He whirls towards his battalion, throws back his shoulders. No! Bathroom breaks! He squawks on another half of the twitch of his head and shoulders. Yes, sir! The other rabbits pull a stiff about face, head snapping forward. Now march, you ingrates! With one last window-wrapping screech from their leader, they begin their march anew, boots biting into the dirt of methodical unity, red, black, I wait until they're out of sight and down the left path before taking a moment to find my voice.
Jesus.
Gainzo hisses for the both of us. What happened down there? I finally manage.
Something that wasn't supposed to. That's for sure.
I love a little childhood escapade. We pull away from the window. Gainzo's eyes are tight.
We really going out there then?
It's gotta be out there somewhere. I don't know why or how I know. Some part of me knows. I bring a hand to my forehead. She could be trapped. I don't know, but it called us here, Game. It called us here for a reason. Genzo wanders back to the window, staring out the now empty path.
I got a really bad fucking feeling about this.
It can't be that bad, can it? This was our place, our own special place. There's nothing that could ever go wrong. A place just for us. Genzo laughs. But it's not an amused laugh, more like the air being squeezed out of his lungs. He turns to look at me, brow skewed.
Sure.
Wonderland might not be great, just a feeling. Darn. Blasphemy.
God damn.
Two of us are standing over the dead body of Sentry 104. I'm having a hard time keeping the bar from rising at the back of my throat. Genzo has his cap clenched between his hands. Iggy, I swear to God, if I have to force you to learn volumetric shit compressor, I swear. I still remember playing hide and seek with them in the flower fields. Genzo grimaces.
I mean, you still can. But it seems like the penalty for being found's gonna be a bit steeper now.
I roll my eyes. Oh, come on. This is making me sick. We should be moving anyway. Who knows how many more of these guys there are out there? Genzo tucks a tap back on over his tousled hair.
Which way then?
I toss a glance in the direction that Rabbit's battalion was headed. There's no sign of them now, but the idea of being in their vicinity makes my stomach gurgle. I turn instead to study the path they appeared from, which winds to the right a short way before cutting to the left and disappearing behind an upraised mound of the meadow grass. Scarlet leaf trees occupying its either side.
I would suggest we don't follow the homicidal rabbits, but that's just me.
Yeah. Both paths are still and empty, and for the life of me, I can't form a clear mental image of what's down either of them. My memories are too scattered and vague. Alright. I'm gonna leave the choice to you, Maiden. Do we follow the rabbits, or do we run down where they came from? I'm gonna see if I can get any more weird messages. Jeez Louise. Right is always right, so right, we're following the rabbits? I'm just very quickly replying to something. It's actually important. Whippy! Alright, we're going right. I'm basing this to tell you which direction I'm fucking with right now. I mean, there's no wrong options. No wrong options. Just incorrect ones. Alright, we're going right. We'll go right then.
An excellent choice, mon captain.
It's quiet as we walk. No breeze rustles the trees or sends shudders through the grass. No insects buzz from leaf to leaf. Not even the far-off call of bird breaks their silence. The tall clusters of fiery red corridor... The tall clusters of fiery red corridor us in the river of dirt directs us left and right like the waters of a canyon. Above us, the sky glitters a sunny orange. On either side, strange flowers of blues, purples, and teals dot the grass between the trees, some of them twisting and curling into thick trunks like kaleidoscopic veins.
Alright, I forgot to ask.
Genzo's hands are in his pockets. Huh?
What did you wish for?
I will say one thing I've noticed is Genzo has like a very prominent tooth that definitely was not here in the original. Oh, girlfriend, really? Honest. I blink. Frown. Nothing. I finally say.
Nothing.
I don't know. I couldn't think of anything. I don't want anything.
Yeah, because you got it made, huh?
I don't respond. Even now, I can't think of what I possibly want. To find bugs, I guess, but that's less of a want and more of an obligation. I guess I don't really care enough? Iggy, you're being cold! About my life. About things. About myself. I chew on the inside of my cheek. With the free count? I think that's the third time. Around another corner, and this time the path opens up to a small clearing. An outcropping of rocks overlooks a small pond on the other end. From its peak flows a miniature waterfall, light reflecting off the steady drizzle. I take a step towards the pond. Aim for Gainzo to grab the back of my shirt. He quickly tugs me back to behind a nearby tree. A few seconds later, a rabbit soldier appears, his nose twitching and eyes searching the ground. My heart leaps up my throat at the thought of how close I was to being seen. Hey, Onion. Bruh. Just bruh. 30 minutes late. Sorry, Onion. You missed a guy getting his skull caved in. That's pretty much the only thing of note that's happened so far. Recap. Literally the only thing that's happened is one of these furry guys had his skull caved in by his boss, who was definitely on some kind of cocaine, and we just kind of wandered out. Genuinely, that is all that has happened. I also showed off some art that I did. Yeah, not a lot has happened. I'd say I've only actually been playing this for like 10 minutes. I stayed perfectly still, Gainzo's arm clamped around my wrist. The two of us watched the rabbit in silence. He's looking for something, that much is clear. Once to the left and stops. To the right and stops. Twitch. Shout out to Twitch chat. Think I have to play the game. Yes. Yes. I've seen the developer posting. They are very excited about the wish lists, and I'm very glad because I love this. I love this so much. Twitch, sniff. His mangled ears jerk with each change in his direction.
Where are you?
I glance up at Gainzo, chest tight. What's he looking for?
Well, if I know.
No hisses. Something squeaks. At that moment, a small white mouse rushes out from a bush near the pond. It circles once, twice, tiny tail dusting the ground, and dashes off for the trees.
There you are.
The rabbit takes off. The flying leap that has me questioning my eyes, he's on top of the mouse, large boot coming down on its tail. Another squeak, pain this time, panicking. Mouse squirms against the grip on its tail, but escape is futile. The rabbit raises its other foot and brings it down the mouse's body. The resulting squelch sends an electric shiver down my body. Ugh. Ugh. Look, I know enough about mice that I'm pretty sure the tail thing would have done it in anyway, but my goodness. The rabbit's jaw twitches. He raises his foot and ascertains the damage. Mouse's flattened body turns and leaks red pus from the bottom of his boot. The mouse head, which had escaped the direct impact, hangs limp from the remaining snooze like a flabby piece of meat hanging off the end of a sandwich. The rabbit slams his foot back down, stomping until the mouse's body is nothing more than a furry hamburger. Enzo's arm tightens around me. Or is something lagging? Is something lagging? No, nothing's lagging. The OBS preview is lagging like hell. What? Weird. Take a step back and I move with him into the safety of the tree. Nothing's lagging for me. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I checked the YouTube feed and it seems fine. So that's my instant replay to YouTube feed. It's so delayed. What we don't anticipate though is the slight dip in the ground. Genzo loses his footing, then goes down, taking me with him. The sound of us hitting the ground sends a rabbit's ear skyward. His head jerks in our direction. Who's there? His spear already at the ready.
Shit.
Genzo and I scramble to our feet, but the damage has already been done. The rabbit's staring right at us. Genzo's arm shoots out in front of my chest. The rabbit cocks its head first to the left, then the right. The right eye twitches, then widens. You're that fellow the king told us to watch out for. I'll get a promotion for sure if I bring you in. Fresh meat for weeks. No more of that slop. He points his spear at us. Then charges. A mouse, I believe. What do you mean a mouse? What do you mean believe? Yeah, it was a mouse. It was simply a mouse. 3, 2, 1. It happens before I can process it. 1 second I'm staying behind Genzo, and the next, something jats my ribs so hard it knocks the breath out of me. I'm weightless, falling, ground rushing, and just before my ass hits the dirt, Genzo with his elbow stretched out in my direction, his foot snatched in the other. The rabbit is less than a second ago been standing a good 20 feet away, right next to Genzo, but the point of his spear missed, flies a slight red slice down Genzo's cheek instead, and now thrust privily past him into the open air. The rabbit's head jerks left in surprise just as boots hits Genzo's foot. He stumbles forward, unable to stop himself before the tip of the spear crunches into a wood of the nearest tree. At that moment, I hit the ground. You fucking! The rabbit alternates between glaring daggers at Genzo and tugging at the buried head of his spear. Genzo, however, wastes no time. He grabs a foot of my shirt before I have a chance to orient myself and wrenches me to my feet.
Run!
I do as I'm told. The two of us go sneaking out across the clearing, past the outcropping of rocks, past where the path breaks off, and to follow the slowly expanding stream. Who's two slang slurs in my chat? Aiden, don't say stuff like that. What the hell? Oh, sorry, when I say Maiden, don't say stuff like that, you triggered the auto must. That's why I'm saying that. How are you able to do that? I have as my lungs fight for air.
Just wasn't coming, all.
Genzo wipes the blood dripping down his cheek. River on the right, growing cliffside on the left. We run, the sound of our footsteps in time with the thudding of our hearts. What do you mean that fella king told us to watch out for? I pant, trying to get my thoughts in order. But before either of us have a chance to answer the riddle of my questions, Genzo skids to a halt. I follow suit, eyes growing tense outside of my head. It was a JJK reference. Automod, spare me.
Automod, kill that chatter.
I've not watched JJK, so I have no idea. It's just triggered Automod. It's an anime. I know what an anime is. I know darn right what an anime is. Also, I've watched like Chainsaw Man like literally yesterday. Automon's also the one that censors a certain RPG about animals of specific orientation. It's a pretty good one. Yeah, I've heard, but I don't know. I like weird stuff. You get me? Like weird stuff. And yes, I do have a Neon Genesis Evangelion collection. Season 1 better than movie art style. You talking about Chainsaw Man or JJK? Because that comment makes me. Season 1 is better than Rize movie art style. It sounds like Chainsaw Man. Which I did comment on, yeah. I've read the manga, so I'm actually happy with either art style the anime decides to use from here on. But it seems like it's going to be the Rize style from here on out. I mean, it's closer to the manga, but it was weird to go straight from season 1. I mean, which anime is Rize in? Chainsaw Man. I think this is one of the problems in manga. Yeah, I mean, there are some problems with trying to follow the manga. Like the paneling of the manga is really good, and you can't really replicate that. So I kind of appreciate it going for its own thing. I like either way. Not faithful, but supplementary. Yeah, yeah. I am happy either way personally. I do like how Denji seems to just permanently look tired in the manga art style, though. I like the I don't know. I like the kind of slight grittiness that the manga art style has. That the season one art style kind of wiped away a bit. Fujimoto gave up towards the end. What do you mean by that? I think it's either to be fair, it sounds like he was freaking tired. It sounds like he was tired. I don't blame him. Ugh. Ground in front of us is no longer, well, ground. Soft, lumpy and pink. Giant slab of lopping flesh sprayed out across the path and wide. 20, 30 feet across. It's a tongue. And it's connected to the largest eyeball I've ever seen in my fucking life. It's round and wet and sitting on the... It's round and wet and sitting on the side of a cliff face, as though perched atop a throne. As our approach, the outside pupil swivels to an almost audible rumble to stare straight at us. What happens in Chainsaw Man apart from screams and such slander? Alright! I don't know. I mean, Onion, if you want to explain it, feel free, but I have read the entire manga. I am excited for part 1. Wait, is there just a big ass eyeball? Yeah, there's a big ass eyeball.
What the fuck?
Games have perfectly verbalized my own thoughts for me. I don't remember that being there before. I take a step back from the slimy pink hunk of flesh draped across the path and lapping at the river water on the other side.
You couldn't pay me enough money to walk across that thing.
Hazel looks about ready to retch. Despite my mutual feelings, I know that the rabbit's going to be on our asses in a matter of minutes, if even that. How could he stand our surroundings? Looking first at the steep rocks to our left, then the river on our right. The cliff seems out of the question, but the river isn't too wide and there doesn't seem to be much of a current. Just as I'm studying the intricacies of water patterns, I feel a tug on the hem of my shirt. My head snaps down, eyes refocusing themselves just in time to take the sight of a small creature staring up at me. I jerk backwards with a cry of surprise.
What the hell is that thing?
Gainzer comes up behind me just as I've recovered enough to ponder the same question myself. It's small, only coming out to my knees, but the head is large, puffy, and oblong, and red. Bright red. What's like a tomato? 2 beady black eyes rest above the ginormous, shit-eating grin, and stunted poked arms waver slightly with each heave of his chest. What do you want, little guy? I pop a squat, hoping to decrease my height will make me appear less of a threat. Can I try and get into anime? I think I one at a time. You see, 3 is best directing in anime. Sonokoni's choreography is sensational. Is that Nuba? Yes? I don't know. I assume Nuba was like that nub that you have on like those like ThinkPad laptops that move the mouse. I'm not going to use a technical term that I've heard have been used. Cool, bye. I'm gonna be honest, throwing my lot in for like for like anime, honestly, is the kind of a weird pick. So fucking love Space Dandy. Absolute ridiculousness. But I absolutely love it. I know one of the writers of that, and the writer of one of my favorite episodes, has written the new Ghost in the Shell series, so I'm excited for that. Space Dandy. Space Dandy? Yeah. Space Dandy. He's a dandy guy in space. Space Dandy is basically Cowboy Bebop, but absolutely crazy. It's by the same creator as Cowboy Bebop, but it's like set like 1,000 years in the future or whatever, and it's just ridiculous. But there are some like absolutely top tier things, like if either of you know My Hero Academia, the fight. All the info is leaked out of my head. The fight between Midoriya and Todoroki in like the little champion thing that's like ridiculously well animated. The animator had done Space Dandy before, animating two guys dancing shirtless. Absolutely bizarre. Watch orb the movement around Earth. Engrave the Fireflies. Orb the movement around Earth. I will look into that. I'll just very quickly save that to one side. Engrave the Fireflies. Okay, I'll also that's a that's a maybe. Should be whatever it's called. Yeah, go for yeah, okay. The same person can portray the Fireflies twice. That is terrifying. It's really sad. I have a heart of stone. Okay. Grave of the Fireflies. Yeah. Good luck. Okay. Correlated. Yeah. Let me do with large class characters have unique powers. Damn right. It wobbles something incomprehensible, then wiggles its tentacle-like arms off to the right. I turn my gaze in the direction it's been pointed to see a neat wooden bridge stretch across the river.
Hey, there's a bridge.
My brows furrow. I swear that wasn't there before.
You're trying to help us then, little dude?
Now it's Genzo's turn to kneel, though he has a lot less height to lose. The creature juggles its arms again with a happy warble. It certainly seems like it wants to help us, though I can't shake the oddity of the bridge. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed it when we were surveying our surroundings earlier. Still, our only other option is... I turn to look at the hulking tongue again. There's a stagnant pool of saliva saturating the dirt in front of it, and that giant gooey eye is still watching us. I don't like Wonderland new, but its smug aura mocks me. I clench my hands and my curls with a groan. There you are! I spin around. Only to see the rabbit at the end of the path, spear pointed right at us. My heart promptly drops into my stomach.
Oh, fuck!
Genzo takes a step backwards. Even our tiny acquaintance brings its arm up to the mouth in fear.
What are we doing next?
I can only see the rabbit rearing up for a charge. I have to make a choice. Now. The bridge or the tongue? Sounds funny he's dedicated. Darn right. Guess he eat meat. Hey, chap. We taking the sus as hell bridge or the disgusting as hell tongue? What do you mean tongue? Yeah, the giant eyeball. The giant eyeball has a giant tongue. And it's either climb across that or run across the bridge with freaky Nuba, I guess. I'll leave it up to Onion. Made in YouTube. God damn it. Oh my god. Very go, you do. What the hell are you talking about? Oh, it's fun when so it's fun. Yeah, I know you mean me. I am flipping off chat right now, directed at you, Onion. Yeah, but I know the right. I know the answer. That's the problem. I know the correct and incorrect choice. It's not as fun when I'm doing it. Screw it. I don't know. I'm just gonna pick one and then I'll annoy the ever living hell out of you to pick the other one next time. We're at bridge. Oh, finally a boat. Okay, we're going bridge. There's no way I'm crossing that tongue, especially when that little guy's so keen on helping us. I spin around and face the bulbous head and point emphatically at the bridge. Take us there, quick! It nods in fright and grabs my hand and begins to run. Two of us jog to keep up, making a beeline for the bridge. Throw Nuba at the rabbit. That actually wouldn't be a bad idea. No. By the time we clamber across it, my lungs are burning for air and sweat's leaking rivers down my forehead and neck. I throw a hurried glance at the rabbit and see him just standing on the other side of the bridge, staring at us.
He's not following us?
Gaines asks with a wheeze. He's leaning forward with his hands on his knees as he fights for breath. I guess not? I look back and forth between the rabbit and our new friend, who's now smiling at us unexpectedly. Maybe this is some sort of, I don't know, protected area? Gaines wipes his forehead with his sleeve and gazes around.
Seems sus, but sure.
I wish I had a soundboard and I wish there was Among Us taking a screenshot of that to annoy people with later. I squat back down next to the small creature, curling an errant lock of hair behind my ear. Standard Iggy reaction. Thanks for that, little guy. Who knows what that rabbit feather would have done to us? My words of appreciation are met with a happy scream. We're actually trying to find some people we know. You haven't seen any others like us, have you? The creature brings one of his robe-like arm to its mouth as though in thought. Then it seems to brighten and it begins making happy squeaks and pointing further into the woods. Seems like a yes? I stand back up. Maybe the others came this way too. Gaines was looking off in the direction the thing pointed, one eyebrow raised. I think there's a much dangerous predator living across the bridge. That's why he's not following us. Agree, there's something worse here, methinks. Well, we made the choice now. I mean, I can always, you know, when the whole thing releases, I can always just pick the other option. Or whatever. Who knows? He doesn't seem convinced. Can you take us to them? I asked the creature with a smile. It nods vehemently and begins bouncing off towards the trees. Come on! I motioned again, so then follow. Like us, there's more than... Iggy is a guy, but I'm pushing the androgynous voice thing that's like... that the creator said. Don't also go missing. I mean... we're currently 2 of 5. So, yeah. Actually, to be fair, we don't know if anything happened to Gidget, but all of them seem to have disappeared. Bugs has definitely disappeared. Actually, no, 6. The baby. Let's gotta find the baby. So let's go. I mean, other than the wife and us two. Yeah, there's Gidget and all of them. Who? Well, I mean, I don't know where Gidget is, but all of them has definitely just disappeared off the face of the earth. So, he might be around. It gets darker the further we walk, the trees more closely packed with their leafy canopies completely overtaking the sky. Chilly too, I rub my bare hands as I look around, trying to stay close in step with our guide.
Are you sure this guy knows where he's going?
Gator hisses. All I can do is grimace. It certainly doesn't seem like somewhere we'd find the others, but who am I to say, really? I hope we don't see Wonder Baby PNG prowling these woods. Oh god. Suddenly our new friend comes to a stop. It looks left, then right. From the dark gas between the trees, I spy other dots of red. First 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, and 6. They emerge from the shadow like scampering squirrels, all done looking at our friend and us in curious wonder. There's more of them? I throw a fugitive glance between the approaching creatures. The hair on the back of my neck is starting to curl upwards.
This is starting to seem like a really bad idea, Riggs.
Ginzo scooches closer towards me as he eyes our new visitors. They stop at 6, not 7. Is that what you wanted, Onion? Is that what you wanted? Maybe they're his friends?
His friends, maybe, but ours, I'm not sure.
I take a step towards our guy with one hand out in what I hope is a sign of non-aggression. Hey, what's going on? Our guy turns around. Smiles. Then the smile grows. His lips pull apart, and a horrifying sharp row of teeth emerges from the middle of its bulbous head.
Vicky?
Phil Gainzo's hand on my shirt, fingers clamping onto the fabric and pulling me back. Obligatory hand gesture. The smuggler, all of that smuggler mocks me. Oh, I wonder how Middle looks so happy. Looks so happy. But now all the other creatures are following suit, all their mouths splitting in two to reveal a row of teeth after teeth. All of them smiling, smiling, smiling as they move closer. My heart drops in my stomach and I twist on my heels. Gainzo, run! I shout as my shoes dig into the dirt, but it's too late. The creature closest to us hiss, and they're on us. One flies onto my back, Chief chomping down on my shoulder. My body arches backwards, my vision flashes bright as pain shoots up and down my arm and spine. I reach for it, fingers desperately trying to curl around one of the tiny links to wrench it off. Hey, I'm happy. This is new art. But then another one claps on my arm. Its teeth sink to my flesh and blood coming bumbling up between its lips. Fuck, 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 fuck. I throw my arm out again and again, trying to fling it off. The one on my shoulder bites down even harder and then jerks its head back, ripping off a huge chunk of skin and muscle. I don't even register the scream that leaves my lips. The pain is everywhere, radiating up from my shoulder, settling like a fire across my arm.
Iggy!
I hear Gainzo scream, try and find him through the warped vision. But as I step forward, the third creature leaps towards me, hitting me right across the chest and knocking me backwards. I hit the ground hard, my head cracking against the dirt of a heavy, sharp whack. If I have a chance to collect myself, the thing on my chest moves. It opens its jaws with a wide, toothy grin. Jeez, that's more graphic! Then tears them straight from my chest. The pain's immediate. Pouring, wrenching, tearing. My vision blurs, doubles, twists. Things grappling uselessly at dirt. Through the haze, I see a rise of mass pink of red and realize the thing is pulling my insides out, ripping them across my jaws like juicy sausages. I gasp, choke, and wrenching croak parts of my body above my lips, skin the drip. The other two creatures have joined it, digging further inside me and hunking up, throwing off hunks of flesh in sweet, greedy gobfuls. Stare up at the trees and mounds of legs going limp. Vision fading, fading, fading. This is why I wonder how much longer I'm going to stay conscious. One of the creatures appears to snack into my vision. Bites off my face. Everything goes dark. And you die. I think this is new. Little piano piece. Can't catch a fucking break in Wonderland, damn. Pretty evident we didn't cross the bridge. Fuck off, Separate is laughing somewhere. Dang, GG's. Unfortunately, you were eaten. But at least the rabbit didn't get you. The game over messages make it worth it. Would you like to restart? Yeah. Don't worry, this is technically canon. Should have used Alt. Good choice. The bridge seems like the obvious choice, but something about it doesn't sit right with me. In fact, the more I think about it, the more my stomach starts to roil. And I swear I can see the glint of teeth through the dark shroud of my memories. We can take the bridge anyway. Y'all want to take the bridges again? Hello, rabbit. Oh, really nice mechanic. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Alright, we aren't gonna just go in a death loop. Are they returning by death? Kinda. Kinda. I ain't elaborating on shy. Alright, the feeling is just too strong. No matter how disgusting the thought of that tongue is, something somewhere is screaming at me not to take the bridge. That's me. God damn it! I groan. Ugh, to the tongue, to the tongue. What? Gains a 6 points rating to I didn't realise that was going to come out of my mouth. I'm sorry. There's no time to explain. I grabbed the sleeve as he's throwing the creature a pained look and dragging towards the heaving pink slab. We clamber over the top just as the sound of racing footsteps fills the air behind us. Our fingers and knees sink to the oozing, squishy flesh. Immediately, I roll forward and escape the edge, the rabbit's potential grip flopping down across the porous mass. Once again, as though safe next to me, I throw a glance back to the rabbit glaring at us angrily from solid ground. He's not following us, I muse. Keizo jabs angrily at my chest.
I wouldn't follow us.
He has a point. All the more reason for us to get across this thing as quickly as possible. Tongue, yeah. Dang right, tongue. I push myself shakily to my feet and try and take a step. But walking across the gelatinous surface turns out to be akin to walking across a waterbed, a very gooey waterbed. I promptly slip and fall face first into pink pulp. Saliva gushes through my jiggling pores. Or through the jiggling pores. Ooh. Next to me, Gainzo's crawling forward on all fours, his face betraying his disgust.
This is the most disgusting thing I've ever done in my life.
I shakily rise up on my hands, fingers steeping into the tongue's flesh. The bulbous nodules of its surface scrape against my palms. Let's just hope it's not the last thing you ever do in your life. I wince and follow after him, saliva quickly saturating the knees of my jeans. It's slow going. Not only does the sponge-like surface make it difficult to balance, but the sick film of saliva makes it nearly impossible to build up any sort of momentum. I keep my eyes trained forward as I crawl, trying not to look or think about the viscosity seeping up from beneath my fingernails. I'd expect Gainzo to have done more disgusting things. Onion, can you please elaborate on this?
It's watching us.
Gainzo's voice catches. I take a glance at my own to the left. The pupil of that cyclopean eye has fixed straight on us, unmoving, hawkish. A joke just entered my brain and I had to seal it in the safe. And yes, it was involving the word hawk. I immediately jerk back on to the front, shudder zipping down my spine. Just keep moving. We're halfway there, halfway across that vast ocean of pink. We just need to keep moving. It's at this moment the tongue moves. It starts as a low rumble, like a foreshock prefacing an upcoming earthquake. Then the salmon-coloured flesh begins to undilute, giving rise to a rippling tremors that send our bodies bobbling. Gainzo! I attempt to crawl towards him just as a veritable mountain of flesh rises from the ground, taking us with it.
The fuck?
Gainzo loses balance and lands with a splat on the back, his hands to his head. The growing hillock takes us up, higher and higher. I dig my knees and fingers into the gooey pink snooze and keep my sides from sliding off and cracking my skull open to the ground far below. Probably because the image of sex is fresh in my mind, but the eye is giving me pain vibes. I think that might be the case. The ground continues to rise until, just as I fear I'm about to lose my grip, it shifts gears, no longer reaching for the sky, but instead rolling like a wave. The upsurge of fresh ripples crests and surges forward, taking us with it. I lose track of up from down, slipping and sliding across the slick surface. And only once it come to a stop, my body slides limply down the slide of flesh. Do I notice how close we are to the all-seeing eye? Gainzo glides down next to me. I don't even look at him. I can practically hear his heart thudding away in his chest. If one of us makes a sound as the wobbling pupil of the eye dilates, focuses, and stares straight through us. I see tiny twitches of movement, ever so slight, jumping back and forth between us. At the very least, the eye seems friendlier than Nuba's extended family. They make soft wet sounds in the eye, tremble and jump. Quiet. Moisture dribbles down my forehead and cheeks past my collar to tickle my spine. Quiet. I chant a shuddered breath that dances across my lips. Another low rumble. A sudden shadow overtakes us. I look up just as the tongue's giant tip curls around, stretching like us like a probing worm. A slab of wet flesh engulfs both of us at the same time. It presses onto my neck, chest, and faces, squirming and wriggling as I stretch my head side to side with a gasp, keeping us from suffocating. Fuck it! Tasting us! I push back as a soggy mound behind me, trying to put whatever space I can between my body and the groping slug-like monstrosity silently sucking my chest and throat. Massive globules of sticky saliva drip onto my head, cling to my curls, drip over my eyes. I can't even see through the glasses any longer. The sound effects was not necessary. The sound effects were very necessary. This is like the least bad one so far. Really descripted, eh? Yeah, it is. It oozes and crawls up and down my skin, grinding into my hair, slurping my ear, my chin, my collarbone. Only once my entire upper half is dripping with thick muck that it pulls away, leaving me plastered to the porous surface behind me, looking like I've been frisked by a slug. Average water slide reaction. I peer over the bleary lenses of my glasses at Gainzo. Looks similarly depredated. That's what good mac and cheese sounds like? What? His cap is half cocked atop his head, scruffy hair forming erratically gelled points.
Consider that a memory I'd like someone to permanently purge from my mind.
No sooner as Gainzo's smart retort left his mouth than a giant watery pupil of our captain moves. It whirls backwards, putting a full circle before returning to its previous position. Only this time sporting thousands of tiny lines. One of the lines pops open, revealing another, smaller eye. Followed by another, then another. Popping open by the hundreds, countless dots white atop the shuddering surface. Then the biggest line of all, one that bisects the entire eye. Splits wide open with a giant roar!
I think I like what I tasted!
Gainzo screams as the creature squeaks again, deep throaty howl that has me clutching at my ears. Behind us, the tip of the tongue has uncurled itself, and now the entire tongue is rising, tilting, forming one monstrous slide to doom that ends straight into the nightmare's mouth. I scramble into motion, crawling upwards as far as I can, tempted to dig my hands, my fingers, my nails into the tongue's thick surface, but the higher the tongue tilts, the further I slip. It's all I can do to keep from turbo-ganging down the throat like a chute, like I'm a slip-side from hell.
Piggy!
Gainzo's voice grabbed my attention. Through my panic, I see him brandishing what appears to be a screwdriver.
Never leave the workshop without it!
What? Before I can question his motives, he stabs the dark, sharp metal end of the rusty bite tool into the quivering flesh of the tongue. The reaction is immediate. The beast howls so loud I feel like his heart twisted into a veritable nothingness. Then the tongue jerks, fails, and writhes in pain.
Grab onto me!
I had to be told twice. I launched myself at Gainzo and latched onto his waist. Never before have I held onto something so tight. I clasped my fingers into the fabric of his pants and dig my face into his exposed belly. Above me, Gainzo's clutching desperately to the handle of the screwdriver, jaw taut and muscles tight. Another roar from down below. It's getting really angry now. The tongue bucks, thrashes. The tongue what? Each bounce sends us up and down, slamming into the spongy flesh with the juicy spurts that take the breath out of me and rattle my brain. But somehow I keep my grip on Gainzo, and somehow Gainzo keeps his grip on the screwdriver. The roar morphs into a wail, and the muscle beneath us grows suddenly taut. I open my eyes for a peek, not realizing I'd had them closed, just in time for the entire tongue to reel back in one whip-like lash. Chuck itself forward, Gainzo as I go flying like rocks in a slingshot, first a few feet over the ground. Then slamming to the dirt and rolling, rock! 5 feet, 10 feet, 20. Before finally and unceremoniously stepping into the puddle-strewn path like a pair of wet fish. Twin puddles of saliva turn to the ground dark beneath us. Turn the ground dark beneath us. Oh, bot, really? God. Be gone, bot. More disgusting than the tongue action. Oh. Oh, the automation. Damn right. We don't appreciate dumb bots in this chat, okay? And we should call for their murdering. My head's still spinning. I'm not sure I'm even conscious at first. Open the first one eye, then the next. Then with a groan that's half agony, half disgust, I push myself to my palms. Murder those drones. I have not watched Murder Drones. I probably should. Thick, clammy strings of goo stretch beneath my skin and to the puddle below. Kenzo rolls over, his cheeks painted by glossy drool.
Nothing can ever go wrong here, huh, Reeks?
He laughs and hacks another wad of saliva into his chest. Didn't break no bones. Nah. I rub my face until it's raw, splashing water on it again and again and again, but I still can't seem to dispel the feeling of muck clinging to my pores. We're on the shores of the river, up to our knees in water, and rinsing our hair, our clothes, our mouths. Kenzo's taking his jacket off and is kneading it atop his knee like a washboard. His hair sticks up in errant wet tufts that shudder with each jerk of his shoulders. My glasses are the worst. No matter how many times I rinse and buff the lenses, the prismatic glare remains. I then carefully back over the grass and squint at Genzo, who's now wringing out his jacket. Out here and away from that horrific monstrosity, it's calm again. Nothing and no one in sight. And only the trickle of the river current is our musical accomplishment.
Glad to know this place is apparently fucked up beyond all reason.
Genzo follows me back to the bank. He shrugs his jacket back on before pulling his cap over his curls.
Really? Just lovely.
What could have happened to it? It wouldn't just, on its own, would it?
Iggy, we don't even know what this place is. Hell, until this morning I would have told you it's nothing but some crazy yet suspiciously coincidental dream we all had as kids.
I run a hand through damp ringlets of my hair and peer out across the landscape. A flash of movement catches my eye, and my gaze immediately goes to the far bank, where a river twists around to form what looks like a small beach. A dock's been erected on the sand, and a boat slowly gliding its way over from the opposite direction. Nato follows my gaze and narrows his eyes.
That's strangely stupendous.
No, I remember this. Anything about saliva going in the clothes, nice reminder. Didn't break no bones. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Oh, we're coming up on one of my favourite, just random NPC characters. The sight of the miniature white riverboat, with its slowly churning red and black water wheel. Benches with just enough room for 5, and its helm of gleaming polished wood that moves on its own like magic. It's enough to bring fuzzy, shifting images bubbling to the surface of my brain. Of adventures down the river, standing on the helm with my arms outstretched and feeling like an intrepid explorer off to discover lands unknown. For a moment, I do nothing. Then I take a step. Another. Then the steps morph into a jog. I get to the wooden steps of the dock just as the boat comes to a halt on the other side end of the pier.
Jesus!
Kenzo husks behind me as he tries to catch up, as he runs to catch up. To the left of the dock is a cheery red and white sign with the words Kiddie Cruise on it. I rise, past it I see the river fork, with the right channel leading back along the direction we just came, and the left leading deeper into the unknown. Point towards the boat like some sort of overwrought tour guide. Oh, we can take this. Better than walking, that's for sure.
You gotta be fucking kidding me!
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to stay on the road with the giant man-eating eyeball and the homicidal rabbit guards?
Hey!
Genzo raises a finger, then lowers it with a shrug. Come on, I remember them writing this thing all the time. I urge as I start up the steps. My sense is halted, however, by a jovial, high-pitched voice from the other side of the railing. Saul Goodman? Big and I just tries to eat people like that. No, we orchestrated it, Nubert. On the topic of mate, Kiyosama resigned though. Wait, what? I better not find out about this from my gosh darn Twitch chat playing a freaking visual novel. Huh. I feel like there's been like 5 million prime ministers in my lifetime. Just a reminder, we had a prime minister that didn't outlast a singular cabbage. Well, that was a funny way to learn that. Only 2 British prime ministers I know are Boris Johnson and the World War II guy. Oh. Come and ride the kiddie cruise and sail the waves for days. Adventure like you've never had. The end to your malaise. I stop, think, and lean over the railing and peek at the ground below. It's a flower. And not Flowey the flower. I just realised I'm going to be streaming 2 things that involve flowers in like 2 days. My goodness. Brilliant white petals adorn its oversized head, and the glossy green leaves shimmy with its dance-like movement. It has no mouth, but somehow words form all the same. Melodic and sprightly. Gentle sailor, pack your bags for perils on the prow. Just don't be falling overboard, or else you'll need a towel. Genzo wanders over, hands on hips. The flower comes up to his waist. It twists atop its roots as though looking up at him. Cap of orange, scant of height, the pallid yearnings you cloak in trite, are more glaring than your loss of sight. I raise a brow. What's that supposed to mean?
It means she felt by Gabe's root blade, that's what!
Genzo rolls up his sleeve and takes a menacing step forward. The flower brings its leaves up to a chalky yellow gymnasium, as though slapping its hand into its cheeks in fright, it recoils at Genzo's approach. This gentle flower locked in this earthly cage warrants not the fruits of your misplaced rage. Genzo snorts. I can't help but laugh. It's just a flower game. No need to get so worked up.
Does the one not getting ridiculed by it?
Just ignore it. Come on. Genzo huffs but calms. He readjusts his cap with his head with a clever cavalier twist and nods once at the flower and steps towards the dock. The flower waggles its leaves. It's my grass. You big horse is ours. Genzo twists immediately on his heels and storms back to the flower.
You fucking...
No! I manage to grab the back of his collar before he gets homicidal gardener on the poor plant. I pull him back towards the steps of the dock. He lets out another snort, but stops his assault, his face red with indignation. Come on, let's just get on the boat.
Yeah, sure.
We start up the steps, wood creaking beneath our shoes. Through snooving, breathing, charming dale, await you on this gentle creek, when through the collector's yard you sail. Those with no wish to join him must not peek. I stop, glance back at the flower. Genzo nearly runs into my back.
What's the hold up? I thought you said not to listen to that thing.
I lick my lips. The flower's back to his normal chipper dance. Yeah, you're right. It's nothing. Come on. The flower from Undertale. Azrael. Yeah, kinda. Alice could give me a coin. I don't have a mouse, but I must commit genocide? Genzo's really confident for a guy who's getting hunted by 3 creatures. He's found seeking that every other thing in the damn place has made an attempt on their lives. That is fair. Oh. The boat is still anchored at the end of the dock, almost as though waiting for us, and the memories are stronger now. I can see it in my mind as clearly as though it was yesterday. Me at the front, hands on the wheel, as though steering towards the horizon. Genzo and Gidget on the first row of seats. Gidget had always enjoyed letting her fingers run through the water as we jetted slowly down the river. And Genzo, yes, that's right, Genzo constantly joked about throwing all them overboard, Something about a sacrifice to the sharks. And Orlum, sitting behind him, would always get that look like he was about to pee his pants. While Bucks in the next seat over would already be anxiously searching the water in search of dorsal fins, her eyes wide. I look at the boat now, so small, back when it felt like a mighty glacier.
That makes. You're right, I'm starting to remember now too. This boat used to be the shit!
Enzo pushes past me and throws a leg onto the boat. It boxes back and forth in the water as he boards. I wait until he's situated on one of the seats before following suit, not wanting to completely capsize the thing. For a moment, I worry about that it might sink beneath our combined weight. We're a bit larger than we were the last time we rode, but it ultimately holds true. Enzo raises his arm in the air.
Toot toot, let's get this tugboat tugging.
I look around, wondering if there's something we need to do. A button to press, a lever to pull. But apparently all it requires is our presence, as no sooner have we started our search than the water wheel in the back slowly chugs to life. With a shudder, the boat begins to glide across the water. I sit down shakily in the seat next to Gander before I lose my balance and fall overboard. Alright, I'm gonna BRB for a minute. I need to grab myself a drink. It is flipping roasting at the moment. So I will be back in a moment. Enjoy the boat. Yeah, no, I'll put on some action music. One sec. Oh. Alright, be back in a minute. Okay, Onion, see you in a bit. Okay, I'm back. Alright, ripped Onion apparently. Taken from us so soon. I mean from chat for like 10 minutes. Okay, that was weird for a moment. OBS like double fed my sort of game sound through my headphones instead of unmuting. Weird. Alright. The river is calm, smooth, and the boat cuts through the water like butter, slowly but steadily. Once it reaches the fork in the river, it turns left automatically, taking us further away from our cottage, the rabbit guards, and the hellish ocular creature. Gento leans back, feet propped up in the edge of the boat and head resting in his arms.
I'll admit, this is much better than walking.
Yeah. I scratch at my bare arm. My still damp clothes cling to my skin, cold and heavy. We round the bend, now drifting dreamily past colourful scenery. Knolls of gold and green slope upwards and away from the riverbank, and red and purple trees stretch towards the orange sky. Decorating the ground are flowers of all shapes and sizes, cattails, tufts of white cottonweed, all of it seemingly untouched, and no sign of life to disturb it. I watch the wheel at the helm creak gently back and forth, keeping us centered in the middle of the waterway and continue our journey upriver. The gentle current is liable to put me asleep before long. I can't decide if the absolute silence is eerie or calming. What's silence? There's a bit of music right now. I shift in my seat, my hands in my lap and my thumbs battling each other, then toss a glance at Genzo. He's got one eye open, studying me. What? I asked, incredulous. He shrugs.
I just don't want to forget what you look like when this is all over.
I bite at the inside of my lip, a twinge of guilt rising up again. Genzo,
As for me, though, that I'll gladly forget. I'm ugly as fuck. I mean, wow, I kinda wish I'd never found that out.
I roll my eyes. You're not ugly.
Maybe compared to all of them. I'm sure he really takes the cake. He was gassy enough as a kid.
He sits up, hands clasping and unclasping. Ooh. 3 options, and 2 of them defend all of them. Actually, I wasn't thinking about this choice at all. I was thinking about the next choice. Whoops. You should really get off him, you know.
And miss out on all the fun? Besides, the fucker brings it on himself.
He really used to look up to you, you know. It's just a second, and Genzo's eyes grow tight. He grunts, looks away.
I don't know why.
When did things get so weird between you anyway? I mean, it was never great, even as kids, but at some point it got worse. Genzo reaches his fingers under his hat, scratching at his scalp. He sniffs, coughs. He doesn't look at me.
Don't know.
Finally says with a shrug. I watch him in silence for a few moments. Genzo doesn't get uncomfortable easy, that much I know for sure. Maybe I should drop it. We carry on quietly, a strange weight on our shoulders. Finally, Genzo brings his hands up and beneath his neck, clearing his throat.
Damn, though. All this? Let's bring back a fuck ton of memories.
I know what you mean. We're adding another bend. Dandelions and sunflowers dot the opposite bank, tall and proud. Have you ever wondered,
Huh?
if we would have stayed friends, the 5 of us, if it wasn't for this place? Genzo leans back again, his eyes towards the sky. His jaw moves as though he's chewing on his thoughts. I know that we forgot a lot, or maybe, I don't know if that's the right word. I began questioning if this was real or not, at least me. But maybe that secret somehow kept us together. We didn't want to lose the only people we could share this memory with.
Oh, we're just a bunch of losers who never made any other friends.
I press my lips into a line. I'm being serious.
And I'm not?
Genzo shrugs. I mean, why did... I let my gaze wander to the passing scenery.
Why did what?
I don't respond. A sign has stolen my attention. It's small and wooden, perched up along the right-hand bank. The words, "A collector's territory ahead," have been painted on heavy red strokes. That's My gaze jumps to the water, which has started to take a yellowish hue. Who peed in the river? I stand up, shaking. My tongue feels like a dry sock against the roof of my mouth.
You, could you tell me what's wrong there, Riggs?
We're approaching the next curve, drifting slowly, peacefully. There's something about the air makes my hair stand on something about the air makes my hair. The hair on my arm stand up straight and my fingers tingle with electricity. With a jolt, I stand back into my seat and reach for Genzo's hands. Close your eyes!
What?
Genzo's brows shoot sky high, trying to press Genzo's palms against his eyes. Just do it! There's no time to explain! Close your eyes and don't open them until the boat stops. Promise me.
Jesus sakes. That room with the glassy, that gnarly eye monstrosity must have really gotten you shook.
Promise me. Genzo waves his arms in disbelief, but closes his eyes all the same.
They're closed, Jesus.
I watch it for a second, making absolutely sure he has them closed for good. Then follow suit, folding forward and cupping my eyes with my palms. Then I wait. Alright, usually I like to ask on the options. Getting Gene Wilder Willy Wonka boat ride vibes. Yeah, usually I'd like go, hey, do you wanna pick this option or that option? But I'm just gonna take commands and just go for it because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not exactly a fan of the scene that occurs. So if you want to see what happens in this scene, if you mess up, feel free to download this demo. It's literally free. Available on all PC platforms. Sitting there, elbows digging into my knees, toes curled up inside my soddy sneakers, and sweat gathering on the crook of my neck. I can hear the water lapping against the sides of the boat. I can feel the rhythm of the water wheel against my backside, the gentle swell pushing us forward. Calm. Quiet. I chew on the inside of my cheeks, fingers sticky and forehead damp. Waiting. We must be past the curve now. What am I doing, sitting here like this? Ridiculous. Does it make games that play along too? What an idiot. There's nothing out there. Tendrils of shame work their way up my chest, making my face feel hot, flushed. My stomach feels like it's being tied in 50 different knots. Stupid! I should just look already. There's nothing there. All I ever do is overreact. My cheeks, my neck, my back, I feel so hot. Hot with embarrassment. My breath comes in shaky, feverish, leaving moisture on my wrists. I'm a disgrace. Look already, you idiot. I press my hands into my eyes hard enough to make them pound. And in that instant of pain, the heat leaves. My chest unclenches. Big is this drink I grabbed? 275ml. Pathetic. Coolness washes over my body like a brush of fresh air. What the fuck was I just thinking? I wipe my damp forehead to keep my eyes clamped shut. What weird thoughts. I rock my heels back and forth, lick my lips. There's still only the sound of water past the boat, and that gentle rocking motion. Hard to believe I'd just been berating myself for wanting to play it a bit safe. Though I have to admit, I am a bit curious. Who is the collector? And why is this territory of his? Why aren't we allowed to see it? Back of my neck tingles with curiosity. Tangible feeling of yearning. It spreads down my back, pinpricks with dancing with excitement. I want to see it, I want to see what's there. My eyelids flutter momentarily, and the thrill sends up and down my spine enough to make my heart jump. I need to know. This single thought has consumed me. I can't stop thinking about it. This is an unstoppable need. My lips curl upwards just thinking about it, and my breath goes heavy with excitement. I will know. Another flutter, my body throbs with it. Heart thudding faster and faster as the adrenaline pumps through my veins. I brace myself. Nah. Then shake my head. No. What am I even thinking? Take a deep breath, clearing my thoughts, and feel the dire craving that had been wrecking my body mere moments ago drift away. My body feels heavy. Heavy and cold, like someone's draped a hefty blanket over my shoulders. And now my breath runs out ragged, as though I'd just run a marathon. Row your boat gently down the stream. My lips move noiselessly with the words. Merrily, life is just but a dream. I clench my eyes even tighter, trying to ward off the feeling of dread crawling its way up my skin. Concentrate. Concentrate on the words. Don't think about anything else. Row your boat gently down the stream. I nod my head with the rhythm. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Even my heart seems to be pounding in time. I can feel it in my arm, warm, throbbing heat that wants to burst out my veins. Merrily, merrily. My head swims. But merrily, merrily. I rock back and forth on my heels, humming under my breath. Life is but a dream.
Iggy, we're here. You made it. You can open your eyes now.
I sit up, unsure. Genzo's voice comes from the right, towards the front of the ship. He sounds confident, assured.
Come on, Iggy.
But I don't move, and I don't open my eyes. Something's not right. I shake my head, take a deep breath, start my humming anew. I cross my arms in front of my chest, hands on my shoulders this time. I lean forward, back and forth, back and forth.
Iggy! Oh, Iggy!
Genzo's voice is sharp this time, scared. This shit is not merry. No, it is not. No, it is not.
Iggy! Help, Iggy!
I hum louder. Then comes a screaming, desperate, pained. Fuck, 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 fuck! I clench my eyes even tighter. But it's not tight enough to stop the tears from escaping out their corners. I bite down on my tongue. The sheer terror in the shrieks that gouge my heart, huddling it with each renewed onslaught. He sounds like he's being torn apart. The tears grow heavy and dribble up and down my cheeks that pool beneath my chin.
Iggy!
I bite down on my lips so hard I can taste blood in my mouth. Hey Onion, you came at a great time. It's not real. 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 The boat hits something and comes to a sudden stop, sending me flying to the floor. I open my eyes. Bright. That's the first thing I notice. I have my eyes closed so long that the orange daylight now seems exceptionally bright. I blink against the glare, tears still streaking down my cheeks, and attempt to survey my surroundings. We're caught on the boat, right? Genzo slanders all of them. Cryo has it trying to get us to open our eyes. Yeah, that's literally it. We're at another dock, bobbing lazily in the water. Genzo still hunkered down on the seat across from the one I've been accompanying moments ago. His eyes closed and features contorted. I push myself to my feet with a wobble and stumble towards him. Genzo! My hands go to his shoulders. When he doesn't respond, I give him a shake, which finally wrests him from his focus. He looks up at me in confusion, face white and eyes strained. I can see beads of perspiration dabbing his cheeks and forehead.
What is it?
The boat stopped. I guess that means we should get off.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
You okay?
Oh, yeah, sure.
He pulls at his collar, rises to his feet.
I guess I just got a little seasick there.
We disembark the boat in silence. Then stand on the dock, unmoving. Genzo removes his cap and runs his hands through his hair again and again. I don't think the original release had hatless Genzo in Arc 1. Like, I don't remember this sprite at all. You don't want subs? Not like I can buy them, but... Oh, you have subs? I can't... I'm not partnered yet. I mean, you can subscribe to my channels if you want on YouTube. But yeah, I don't... to be honest, the streaming thing is genuinely just a nice little hobby. Like, you know, I could make an extra £5-10 a month off it. Sure, why not? But I'm just here to... Did it? You didn't get anything? I don't know. Yeah, man. I think I did. Yeah. Yeah. Droplets of sweat bounce off and onto the wooden planks. Past seems to lead this way. I point past the end of the dock towards the valley where the dirt winds itself off and away from the river, bordered on each side by more trees.
Yeah.
The Genzo's voice lacks its usual vivacity. We start a trek away from the river without another word, just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Walking down a dreamlike path in the world of fantasy with no idea where to go. Or what to expect next. Not sure how long we walk. 20 minutes? 30? An hour? Time feels strange, almost as though it's not passing at all. Yet when I think back to the cottage, discovering the hole in the tree already feels like a lifetime ago. I'm strangely disconnected. I try to think about my apartment, about work, about the party. They all feel fake. Did any of that really happen? Of course it did. That's my life. That's me. I look down at my hand as though it might reveal an answer to some unspoken question. My mind drifts back to that voice in the tree. What do you wish for more than anything else in the whole world? I don't know. I still don't know. I glance over at Genzo as his hands shoved in his pockets and his gaze pointed to his toes. The cut on his cheek stopped bleeding and is finally forming a thick, dark scab across the flesh. Why did we stop seeing so much of each other? Why did I stop seeing so much of any of them? I remember the last time I hung up with any of them one-on-one, just spending time together, talking. Iggy don't want to work in the shit factory. Darn right. I've been busy. Had I though? I wince. Not any busier than normal. I'm certainly not so busy I couldn't have taken some occasional time out of my schedule. I'd never reached out to anyone of my own accord. Even when they reached out to me, I'd usually made up some excuse. Some friend. Even now, I only know the basis of what they do or how they live their lives, of their goals, ambitions, hopes and dreams, secrets. I'm sorry, hopes and dreams got me for some reason. The brain rot is real. Can't help but wonder if things wouldn't have turned out differently if I actually made an effort. If somehow we both could have avoided this. I sigh and rub my eyes. Not worth agonizing over now. Not when there's much worse things to be agonizing over. All of a sudden, my footsteps change in timber. I glance down to see a dirt path had given way to cobblestone. That's interesting. I stop for a moment, studying the new pavement. Come on, Iggy, you got volumetrically compressed this shit. Hey, hey, hey. Iggy didn't throw up at the corpse earlier. We're good, we don't need it.
Hope that means we're finally getting somewhere.
Genzo takes the opportunity to survey the landscape. Wherever that somewhere is. Through the foliage veiling the upcoming bend, I spot a spattering of bright colours, too bright for even the otherworldly trees. There's something there. I expend the energy for a short jog, taking me around the trees in front of what I can only describe as a gigantic billboard. I stop. Take it in. But my eyes grow about 5 sizes larger.
Jesus.
Genzo trots up next to me, equally stupefied. It's Gidget. Only larger than life and wearing little, very little clothing. She's lying on her side, head propped up on her hand, holding a martini glass in the other. She's winking at the camera. At us. Next to her are the words, "Visit Wonderland's hottest goddess," in bright purple pink print. My jaw goes slack.
That's either Gidget I've never seen before.
Genzo's brow reaches for the sky. He looks more bemused than anything. Genzo's shorter than Iggy. Yeah, Genzo's tiny. He's a tiny man. Genzo stands on the tail. Yeah, Genzo stands on the tail. You can say that again. Yeah, Genzo stands on the tail.
A big size.
Yeah.
I mean, a really big.
Okay, I get it. I feel muddy ill. Gidget's beautiful. She always has been. And I love being around her. She's Fun, smart, ambitious, not afraid to take risks. And to be honest, if she were to ask me, I wouldn't mind being more. I see myself supporting for her, rooting for her. I see the two of us maybe curled up on the couch, see us frantically going on shopping together. But thinking about her like this makes my stomach twist. I don't know why. And going further than that, trying to somehow imagine us in the same bed, us touching each other. I shake my head. Saying makes me feel uncomfortable would be an understatement. I turn away from the billboard, looking instead further up the path. It's bordered by other smaller placards that stick up and out the ground like signposts. Orders bought Gidget in some gorgeous dresses, some in bright summer ensembles, some in ridiculous get-ups that look like they come straight from a fantasy or horror movie.
Damn, Kill's clearly been busy.
Genzo whistles under his breath. Genzo's freak level's off the charts. I mean, fair. I would whistle if I could. I guess this means Gidget's here too.
You don't say!
And so we make our way down the Gidget line path. Her smile follows us, sometimes sweet, sometimes sluttery, and sometimes downright sinful. I can't help but feel like every one of them is aimed right at me. 20 placards later sees us to the entrance of a small village. I survey the quaint white and dark wood cottages, the puffing chimneys, the carving cobblestone roads, and vine-draped walls. Kenzo, slow down, mate. Got no time to slow down. I remember this, though not quite as clearly as a kiddie cruise, more out-of-focus snapshots. And ice cream. Somehow I definitely remember eating ice cream here before.
I'm suddenly feeling super hungry.
Genzo scratches at his belly. Pushing the thoughts of sweets out of my head, I start down the main road. Genzo low cholesterol maxing. For once, we're not the only ones here. People are milling about, walking from building to building. A boy even rides on by his bike, a statue of mail hanging off his shoulder. None of them so much as glance as we look around. Around the next corner and stop. And the pupils gathered outside one of the more ornate-looking homes. There's a good 15 to 20 of them. Although they whisper amongst themselves occasionally, their attention seems fixed on the door. Ah, right. Force the door maxing. Okay, chat. I can't. I'm having to focus all of my attention on trying to read half the words in the VN. I'm sorry.
Who's a celebrity?
Genzo sidles up to me. I don't know. I step out the way at the ring of a bicycle bell, and the boy from earlier goes gliding past. My stomach gurgles. Somehow I'm pretty sure I know who it is. Good morning, darlings! I turned the voice to see the door open. Each has her hand raised above her head to greet the crowd. Previously quiet gathering erupts in cheers and applause. A stinging feeling in my gut forms into a 2-ton boulder. Damn, that makes 2 of us. Thank you so much for seeing me off today. Another shoot, can you believe it? The scouts here just can't keep their eyes off me. She practically dances down the steps, the crowd parting to allow her room. Immediately there's hand reaching out, thrusting papers and books to her to sign, trying to catch a passing touch of her arm or shoulder. We love you, Gidget! Gidget? Gidget's mouth curls into an over-exaggerated frown as she walks through. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in quite a rush today. He pauses. Then smiles with a wink. But I suppose 1 or 2 autographs wouldn't hurt. The crowd goes wild, flinging their pens and photos and exposed skin at her with even more vengeance.
I'm your #1 fan, Gidget!
She turns towards the person standing nearest her, a teenage girl with a bouncy ponytail and decked out in pins, stickers and accessories, all featuring Gidget's name or face. The girl wrings her hand in excitement as Gidget signs her name in her autograph book.
Hey, Gidget!
Only this time the call comes from right next to me, and I turn to see Genzo with his hand cupped around his mouth. Why are you sorry? I'm always sorry. I'm sad cop, remember? In far from the source is after Gidget. Oh hey. You are correct. Gidget stops. Turns. Oh, Gidget turns, stops. Then beams. Guys! You barely have time to return the girl's autograph before she's dashing towards us. You're here! I can't believe it!
Could say the same thing about you. We had no idea who would find down there.
Up close, Gidget looks different, except I can't put my finger on how exactly. And she seems more perfect? Like, I can't spot a single imperfection on her. Her skin is gleaming, her blue eyes actually seem to be sparkling, and even her hair is flawless, not a single lock out of place. It actually is. I mean, to be honest, the non-strict branching ones I'm usually picking, but I'm going with your opinion. I find myself at a bit of a loss of what I should say. Quite the coincidence, huh? Running into you down here? Gidget laughs. Is it? Who else would you expect to see? I blink. Turn my gaze skyward. I don't know. I guess maybe I didn't expect to see anyone? Not your brain too hard there, Iggy. I mean, this is kind of a far place, isn't it? Just for the 5 of us? Even though it's been a long time. Just so weird how almost nothing has changed. I practically feel like a kid again being down here. You're, doing modelling gigs then? I asked somewhat tentatively. Yeah, crazy, huh? He stops, gaze shooting to our watch. Oh crap, that reminds me, I'm late for my next one. Come down with me, it's just over the pier in town. Afterwards we can grab some drinks at the inn. Catch up? A glass of Gainsborough glances at me. I shrug. Sure, why not? Because what else can I say? I'm honestly confused by the whole situation. She grins. Amazing! Come on then, this way. Jen starts off down the road, not forgetting to throw a parting wave at the crowd still camped outside the door as she passes. Catch you all later? Hazel scratches his forehead.
Seems to be doing well for herself, huh?
You could say that. But we walk after her, and I can't help but notice the aura of the crowd grew dark as we pass. One of the older women even glares at me as I turn my head to look.
Just keep walking.
Hazel hisses. I don't need to be told twice, my pace quickening by about a half step. Gidget leads us down the curved path and past a few more buildings that are just familiar enough to jog my memory. Dark aura. Yeah, I'm sorry, the crowd has negative aura. Past the next bend, the buildings open up to reveal a long cobblestone pier lined with small fishing boats. A team of photographers is already setting up their gear near the water. One second, I'm trying to calm myself a bit because it is absolutely roasting at the moment. No, that's not going to work. That actually hurts a bit. Ow. It's a bit better. Darker get darker. Deltarune in 2 tomorrows. Beautiful, isn't it? Gidget turns back towards us. The perfect photo shoot. I'm surprised I haven't done one here yet.
It's certainly photogenic.
As I squint as he takes in the scenery. I don't disagree, but my head's still filled with visions of giant eyeball creatures and whatever it was that happened back in the kiddie cruise, making it a bit hard for me to appreciate the view. Fuck, I've still got my Deltarune. Maiden. God, don't try to Deltarune store to me. Maiden, I'm gonna be honest. I don't have that much time. I'm halfway through chapter 4 of my main save. I had to spend like an hour beating the Hammer of Justice. I spent an hour because I tried to no heal it because I failed to when I streamed last year. It's on 24, right? I believe so, yeah. 22nd? Yeah, it's in 2 days. Feel free to look around during the shoot. I don't think I'll be that long. Gidget bites down on her lip with an eager smile, dashes off towards the crew.
He's really enjoying this.
They do seem to like her. I afraid glanced back the way we came, half expecting to see that woman in the crowd from earlier following us. Fortunately, the path is clear.
Really obvious what she wished for, huh?
I don't respond, instead biting down on my lip and watching the crew finish setting up. One of them, the makeup lady I can only guess, is already checking Gidget over, touching up her face and getting her into position. The shoot starts and Gidget is on fire. I've never seen her look so alive, so happy, having an absolute time of her life. They start off a few shoots with her back to the boats, then walking along the pier, sitting on top of the railing and gazing out across the lake. Despite her constant smile, I can't stop feeling the unease clawing at my belly. Why is she here? Why is she doing this? She's not supposed to be here. We're not supposed to be here. How can she act like this is normal? Why are you always doing this, Gidget? Except this time the voices in my head were from one of my memories, bubbling up, floating to the surface, swirling around at the base of my brain. You do night again or whatever extra shit is going for chapter. I beat the night in 6 attempts. I wasn't drunk this time, so it took me... I was on 3 drinks, so it took me like 6 attempts, I think, to just beat the night. For context, when I no-hit the night, I was actually drunk. I still don't know how that happened. Why are you doing this, Gidget? Gidget looks at me in confusion, her brows furrows and teeth gnaw at the inside of her cheek. What do you mean? I thought you'd be happy for me. It'd been fall of senior year, the annual school hackathon, the one all the college reps attend to scout out new talent. It was supposed to be me that won it. Me that got the scholarship offers. Me that had been working towards every year of high school. You ruined everything! What are you talking about? Gidget's eyes quiver. She looks like she's about to cry. You're not even good at coding. You only started because I did. That's not true. I like coding too. But you just had to go and take away everything that's important to me. The reps like your project too. Coding is for boys. This stops her. Her lips are trembling. But you already think you're a boy. It's embarrassing. You'd do something for girls. You'd be prettier then. Now the tears are falling in big salty rivers that stream down her cheeks. She runs away without another word. We got the great protagonist here. I'm gonna be honest, I think this is the only flashback that is directly 100% on Iggy. Like... These holes though, let's go. Only for boys, not going to the transform orientation I went to. Yeah, same. Yeah. It's a big yikes from me, dog. Horrible. It's been so horrible. Even after all these years, I still cringe just thinking about it. I hadn't meant a single word of it. Been the anger talking. I'd never apologized, never taken it back. And Gidget had changed after that. Growing her hair out, got interested in fashion and dresses. Always asking me how she looked. We stopped coding altogether. I glanced back at this present-day Gidget, currently resting her chin in her palm and shooting a smoky glare at the camera as her head danced in the lake breeze. I'm sorry, Gidget. I think I should react in other ways than Lamau. To things like that, so never mind. Except the sexist part. Damn. Well, that's some of the reason why looking at Gidget makes me feel very uncomfortable. Sexism is not disco, yes. No sooner has the thought entered my mind than Gidget glances up. He beams, begins to wave me over. I paused, unsure, point to myself as if it could be anyone else she was pointing to. If I had remembered this line, I would have drawn over that pointing at self meme. When she nods, I shuffle over awkwardly. The femicist cop in my playthrough. Even better. She jumps down off the railing at my approach. Knowing me for a shoot? What? My voice cracks. Yeah, come on, just for fun. Her arm sneaks his way around mine and I feel her tugging me towards the camera. Besides, he won't want to shoot this handsome stud, huh? I threw a look of helplessness back at Gainzo, who just laughs.
Make him swoon, you animal.
Seems like I don't have much choice. They position us on other sides of the little blue sloop. Its sails flapping gently in the breeze. I don't even have a chance to ask what I'm supposed to do before the cameras are snapping like crazy. How many pictures are they taking? 100 a minute? The first 500 or so are just going to be me looking like a deer in the headlights. Fortunately, Gidget knows what to do. She grabs my arm, pulls me close, and taps my opposite shoulder to get me spinning around, and when I realise it's her, I laugh. I smile, laugh, feels the some of the tension leave my shoulders. She gives me a playful shove, gets me moving, points to an especially oblong cloud in the sky to get me looking skyward. Iggy is moved when I'm in front of the camera, my goodness. For a while, the camera shoot. This is how it works, is it then? Heard that 1 or 2 of the thousands of shots that actually look decent? Gidget lanced their arm around mine, or laced their arm around mine, pulling me back in and plants a kiss on my cheek. I feel my face heat up. Her body is so close that I can feel her breath on my face, on my neck. And when she brings her arms around my shoulders in a tight side squeeze, I feel her chest press against my arm. My stomach flops. Bitter nausea works its way up to the base of my throat. My eyes go to Gainzo, who's standing a short ways behind the photographers, hands shoved deep in his pockets and just staring at us. For once, he's not cracking his usual smile. Dang, I wonder what that means. Inexplicable feminist agenda hit me out of left field for someone who booted up the game 10 minutes ago. My god. I step away, chin curled inwards and hand to my head. Maybe that's enough in time in the spotlight for me. I cough, wipe my nose. Gidget just laughs. You never were one for attention. She throws me a wink. Thanks for obliging me, though. I'm almost done here, then we can head back. I nod somewhat apologetically, feeling about to disappear in my canvas, and scoot out of the view of the cameras. Once clear, my stomach slowly normalizes, and I take off my glasses to give my face a good few rubs.
So I take it you won't be coming back to shoot the swimsuit collection, eh?
An all too familiar elbow nudge at the ribs pulls me back into the moment. Very funny. I take the opportunity to clean my glasses. 2 quick breaths across the lenses, then a solid rub of my hem as a shirt. I place some black on my nose. Blink. By the time I look over, Gainzo's gone back to watching Gidget, who's now walking along the cobbles, looking back over her shoulder at the cameras. I check out the opposite direction, heading back towards the winding roads and their surrounding cottages. Every now and then something will jump out that triggers a flash of a memory. The flowers on the sill of the bakery. Oh my god, cover it to a ref of everything. Don't ban me. Iggy needs to start mewing so he can mock Gainzo. I think anyone can mock Gainzo. If you look back in my stream VODs, you can literally say, "Oh my god, he's hot," when the camera during one of the CGs of one of the developers' other games. And I'm gonna be honest, if I was to say any kind of type, Gainzo would not be close. I don't know how the heck that happened. Yeah, you can't beat Gainzo, unfortunately. The outdoor seating area of the cafe, with its red and white striped tablecloths. Even the smell, that faint, sickly sweet aroma of honey and sugar that dances up and down my tongue. Something catches my eye. The girl from earlier, the one Gidget gave her autograph to. She's walking by, clutching her little book. bringing her step and bouncing her ponytail. I'm sure people here seem to like Gidget. I catch myself, roll my eyes. Of course they do. It's pretty obvious what Gidget wished for. It's not like any of this is real. No matter how much Gidget seemed to enjoy it. Trying to sound on the tail. I mean, you don't need to be attracted to know someone's hot. Yeah. I mean, it was definitely more of a, oh damn, why the hell am I blushing kind of response. I'm sorry, Carrot. If you watch this, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm apologizing. Carrot's already... I know the developer's seen the fault. I set my bottom lip up between my teeth. Just when I'm about to turn back to the shoe, a flash of moment stops me in my tracks. There's another girl, approaching the ponytail, hunched over and moving very quickly. Closer, closer. They're nearing a small alleyway between the two of the buildings. Ponytail walks in front of it, none the wiser. And the other girl pounces. She throws herself a Ponytail, pushing her into the alley with a stifled squawk. Her hand comes up. There's a flash. A knife? Then down, thrust down. Ponytail's legs jump. Another thrust. Up, down. Until Ponytail's legs stump to the ground, motionless. My jaw goes slack. The victorious girl emerges, autograph book clutched in her red-splotched hands. Then walks off, leaving Ponytail splayed and unmoving in the alley. I raise my hand, blink, try and form words to describe what just happened, to alert the others. Sorry, cop. I mean, I am sorry, cop, so that's fine. But by this point, the camera crew is packing up and not paying any attention to my incoherent mumbling. Genzo? I try.
What's up, X?
Genzo, we're done! Ichi comes bounding back, still full of energy. Thanks so much for waiting. Let's head back. They love me at the end. They'll give us all free drinks. She grabbed my wrist, tucking me along with the rest of the crew. All Genzo can do is shoot me a look of amusement as he takes up the rear. Drink up, boys. It's on the house. A busty woman in a flower print dress and white apron slams 2 extra large beers down on the table in front of Genzo and me. Told you so. She just sticks out her tongue in amusement across from us, already nursing her own cocktail.
Nope, mind if I do.
Genzo promptly grabs his and downs about half the glass. Oh yeah, fuck with this music. The music choice in this is just perfect. And considerably more reserved than my own. Clutching it in both hands, I bring it to my lips, tasting just enough of the foam to decorate the bottom of my nose. Dang mood. Oh, a new CG? This wasn't even in the alpha. I would have remembered the CG here. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I just got completely caught off guard by this. The inn is bustling with patrons. Men playing cards, groups of friends laughing and drinking. Even a table not far from behind us filled with what I can only assume are fans of Gidget. They sit watching us, scribbling down a note on our every action. It's a cozy place, music sprinkling in through old phonograph, warm candles beaming down from wooden chandeliers overhead. Stairs in the corner lead up to what I can only assume are overnight rooms you can book for the counter. Is that Avery? Wait, what? If you're talking about the server, I don't think Avery is busty, but... Dang, hidden Avery in our Wonderland.
Sure didn't have anything like this when we were kids.
Kenton laughs and wipes his mouth. I glance around, taking in the ambiance. I mean, I guess we did always know this place changed. We always kind of knew what you needed, even beyond the wishes, I mean. Oh, I'm blind, I didn't see that when you saw that. Maiden, if you want to see, look, if you want to see a busty Avery, you feel free and draw that. I am not. He crosses his finger over his heart and lowers his head.
Thank you for knowing what I need.
He promptly takes another swig. I turn my attention back to Gidget. She's just watching the two of us with a smile. Damn. So, how long have you been here then? Kind of seems like you made yourself at home. Gidget curls a look of hair around her finger. To be honest, I don't even know. The days kind of melt together here a bit. It hasn't been that long. Plus, I'm having a blast, so I haven't really felt the need to come running back, you know? I forced an awkward smile. Yeah, sure.
You definitely haven't made. The only reception Iggy and I got was a friendly game of Paldean humans from our old pals the rabbits. Oh, and a welcome back tasting from the world's largest eyeball.
Gidget's eyes go wide. What are you talking about? You mean you weren't almost killed by about, You mean you weren't almost killed about 20 times on your way here? I take another hesitant sip of my beer. No, I was working like a queen! Best day of my life in recent history. Well, besides every day since. Gotta admit, life's good down here. I try and hide my grimace with a glance from Gainzo. He just scratches his head in wonder. Guess it's a recent change then. I finally muse. And now I'm really starting to wonder just how long Gidget's been down here. I have no idea what the time difference is between this world and ours. If this world even is the right terminology for where we are. It certainly seems to pass quicker here, given that we only saw Gidget 2 days ago back home. Potentially much quicker. You, seen anyone else? Bugs, maybe? We thought, she might be down here. Bugs? No, the door was already open when Orlam and I found it. Oh.
Oh, fuck, he's down there. Oh, I should have known something stunk.
Yeah, the two of us just kind of met, like in the woods. I don't even remember. Gidget furrows her brows. It was like so long ago now. I just remember really feeling like I needed to check out the woods. And then when I got there, Orlam was there too. We went to check out the door, but obviously you know what happened. Does this town just hang out while people eating eyeballs and ravenous Nubert families roam the wilds? Yeah, pretty much. The Orlam nobody invited. Same thing happened with us. I watch as Gainzo raises his hand to alert the bartender for another beer. You think Bugs is down here too, though? Gidget tilts her head, takes a drink. Dunno, but if they caught the rest of us. The table grows quiet. Then the same woman shows back up with Gainzo's next beer, slamming it down with enough force to make my own glass rattle. And drink up, cutie.
Yes, ma'am!
Gainzo salutes. See? Gainzo has the right idea. You should enjoy yourselves. Stop looking so gloomy. I mean, look at where we are! The place where dreams literally come true. Why are they down here, though? Because they just kind of magnetically got pulled here, I'm presuming. I mean, that's what happened with Iggy and Gainzo, so I presume that's what happened to everyone else. Gainzo's leaning down his mouth to remove the glass, slurping the excess foam.
Yeah, just don't get too used to it. Those realities gonna fuck you in the ass even harder.
Gidget's smile sinks and her eyes turn sharp. She shoots a glare in Gainzo's direction. I mean, why'd the doorway happen out of nowhere? Well, let's just say that will be explained later. That will be explained. Lip sealed. Just know that whatever happened before, you know, Gidget found the door. Alright, I'm gonna side with Gainzo because I mean, no, just no. He's right. We have to go back at some point, and the longer we stay here, the harder it's gonna be. Gidget turns to me with a pout. God, not you too, Iggy. I thought at least you'd understand. Gainzo throws an arm around my shoulder.
My man knows what's up.
I mean, I get it, Gidget. This is nice. Too nice, really. And it's great to have break from the doom and gloom back up there. I just a glance skyward. But, like, you don't actually want to stay down here, do you? Forever, I mean. Just living a fantasy? You're not going to stay down here forever, huh? When do you plan on going back? I asked somewhat tentatively. Whenever I want! Gidget replied almost instantly. Why? How does that matter to you? I raised my hands defensively. It doesn't. I try and laugh it off. Just, wondering about your plans is all. Gidget's smile returns, as sickly sweet as the scent of honey tickling my nose. I'll go back eventually. Just enjoy my time here is all. What else can I say? This place granted my greatest wish. She leans forward, one hand moving across the table to touch my wrist. And it seems like it's about to grant another. I stare at her hand. Genzo stares too, even in the middle of gulping down his beer. Wrong voice? Oh, darn it. Darn it! I pull away, shove my hands to my lap. My face feels hot, my eyes stay fixated on the bottom of my glass.
I'm gonna go have a smoke.
Genzo breaks the silence before pushing up and away from the table.
The alcohol, you know.
He throws a glance at me and then Gidget and then adjusts his cap and walks off the exit. My belly's flip-flopping something awful now. Just looking at the beer left in my glass makes me nauseous. I force myself to look up. Gidget's still smiling. Hey, I'm honestly just bushed. Genzo and I, feels like we've been through hell and back just getting here. Could really use some sleep. My knees hopping like a grasshopper under the table. Oh, of course, there's rooms upstairs. I'm sure Mrs. Graham will be fine with you using them. Thanks, yeah. I tried to grin as I pushed myself to my feet. It's just, you know how it goes. It certainly sounds like you had a rough time. Yeah. I pause, reach for my beer, pull my hand back, bring my hand to say something. Lower. Anyways, let's talk more, tomorrow. Shopping? I half stumble my way from the table. Oh, lightweight. I feel Gidget's eyes on my back the entire way up to the counter. My head feels blurry. Thankfully, a quick chat with the aforementioned Mrs. Graham is all it takes to secure myself a room at the top of the steps. She grabs the key and leads me upstairs and away from the noisy bar, opening up the door to reveal a cozy room outfitted with a bed, wardrobe, and desk. You have a nice night now, she bids before leaving me the key and shutting the door. Quiet. Wonderfully quiet. I hadn't realised just how loud it was downstairs until now. The beautiful silence does wonders for my chest. I can practically feel it unclench my muscle by muscle. I let out the longest breath of my life. I meander towards the bed, decorated with a thick red quilt, crowned at the top by two fluffy-looking pillows. I sit down and feel the mattress curve delightfully beneath me, then take the opportunity to look out the window at the foot of the bed. Dang, no more music. It's quiet, darn it. It's dark now, the only streetlights to illuminate the cobblestones below. A few people are milling about. I search for Genzo, then realise I'm on the opposite side of the building, so there's no point. I sit back and examine the room instead. The walls must have been built with thick, rounded logs. It reminds me of the old cabin I stayed at during summer camp once. Rustic. My body's still relishing in the quiet. I kick off my shoes, swing my legs up and onto the bed. God, it feels good to get off my feet. I let my eyes wander towards the ceiling and that brown swath of nothingness I wish my brain would get lost in. There's a knock at the door. I grimace, but somehow I didn't know it was coming. Not like I didn't know it was coming. Alright, I'm gonna, just because of the temperature, I'm going through drinks like mad at the moment. I'll be back in a minute. I'm just gonna go grab myself some squash. My third unique drink of this stream. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. I've got to sort ice out, so I'll be a couple minutes. Alright, BRB. Whose hands are better? Do you mean do you mean the little dog that's like just grooving? I put so many ice cubes in. Oh no. Yes. That's one of my OC's kind of color. I need to update the design. He be grooving. He be grooving. The art style used for this little animation is literally pulled from an old game project I tried doing. I like old like City Flash animations, so yeah, it was just kind of like characters hopped around. It heavily inspired by a Flash game called The Game, which was very simplistic in its design, but I liked it. Alright, let the game. I swing back around reluctantly and slide my feet back into my shoes. Coming. I shuffle towards the door, fumble the doorknob, pull it open. Gidget's shy smile greets me on the other side. Flash before my time. Please don't say that. Please don't say that. Please don't say flashes before your time. I feel like I'm gonna turn to dust. Also way younger. Oh my goodness. Don't... Onion, don't... Goodness to both of you. Either I'm too old or my chat is too young, and I know both of you are gonna team up on me and say that I'm too old. I don't... I'm 28, what the... I didn't realize you were both so young, what the hell? When you're pushing 30. Hey, I'm the demographic for this specific game. The bunch of 30-year-olds. My entire desktop froze for a second. What is going on? Alright, I'm gonna like disengage from this conversation because I don't like it. It makes me feel old. And I'm in my 20s, darn it. What do you mean too old? So in the one streamer's chat that I moderate, anytime age gets brought up, I am immediately labeled a dinosaur. When this started, I was 1 year older than the second oldest person in the community. Fairy dinosaur. Hey. Hey, I say. Hey, says back. Sorry, I mean, is it okay? I just wanted to talk. Oh, sure. I meet her aside so she can come in. She walks to the middle of the room and looks around. These rooms are nice, yeah? I did one the first couple of nights here before everyone prepared that place for me in town. Yeah, it's nice. I stand in the doorway, unsure of what to do, then finally slide my way towards the bed. I perch myself on the edge, expecting her to take the chair in front of the desk. She sits next to me on the bed instead. According to the internet, 30 plus means you're dead, at least from what I gathered. Hikari does not look 19. Okay. Hikari is not okay. I'm gonna leave you to chat JJK because I have no idea what's going on now. I don't move. My face feels like it's frozen in place. Pretty crazy, huh? Alright? All this? Yeah. The thing that this place we went to as kids still exists. Like it's always existed. I think part of me tried to write it off, chalk it up as kids being kids, make believe and all that. Yeah, I know what you mean. I lean forward and perch my elbows on my thighs, hands clasped. Is he hitting that, like, freaking Dadakari freaking pose? He's even wearing glasses. But it's real. All of it. And it's given us another chance. I haven't been looking at her, but at this point I turn. Her gaze is pointed upwards at the ceiling, as though trying to peer past it and straight into the stars. I'll, like, grab an ice cube and just, like, consume it. They are tiny at this point. Ice cubes are way too slippery. But ice cubes, I'm drinking squash. Are you trying to accuse me of putting ice in my tea? Though iced tea is a thing. I have made bubble tea before and it is lovely. I don't like the usual balls they put in it. I always have popping balls in my tea. Usually peach with strawberry balls. Love it. Lovely combo. Another chance? What do you mean? She brings a hand up, curling a lock of hair behind her ear. I don't know, just... Have you ever felt like maybe you should have done something differently? I stay silent, tapping my thumbs together. That maybe if you'd been smarter or more courageous or really fought for that thing you want, that maybe things would have turned out differently. I run a hand through my hair. I think probably everyone feels that way to an extent. Yeah, I guess. There aren't any do-overs in life. But I don't know. Maybe that's why this feels so significant to me. The world's way of giving me a chance to change things. She looks over at me with this... Her eyes just slightly strained. There's a sort of longing to her gaze. I can't decide if it makes me curious or uncomfortable. You're gonna stay down here then? I finally ask. Her lips curl in an embarrassed smile. No, I mean, just for a little while is all. Besides, give me good practice. Modelling, I mean. I've had so many shoots down here, my confidence feels through the roof. By the time I head back, I'll be a pro. There won't be any Asian anywhere that I can't impress. That's great, yeah. Her smile twitches. You know, I thought you'd be happy for me. What do you mean? Am I not pretty now? I've got a whole fucking village telling me I'm beautiful. Her eyes flash. I sit up with a start, lips pressed tight. I mean, I think you're gorgeous, but I always have. Her face softens, melts. I can always see her eyes start to quiver. Really? A red flush sprawls across her cheeks. Is that true? Beads of sweat begin to break down in my forehead. I wipe them away as I run a hand through my hair. I mean, sure? She looks down at her lap, brings her hands together, plays with her thumbs. Iki, there's something I've been meaning to tell you for a long time. The fight just got real tense. She really is what I thought she is. Oh no. Wait, Onion, what do you think she is? My stomach is starting to flip-flop again. Oh, really? What's that? Nice gullible type. I think that'll show my brain for a bit. He looks away shyly, then turns back, curling a lock of hair around her finger. Well, Considering where we are and all that, maybe I should just show you. I blink in confusion. What are you? But before I can finish, she moves forward, eliminating the distance between us. Naive. Oh, fucking yeah, flashback. Naive. Yeah, I mean, yeah, gullible, naive, yeah. Yeah. Her hands go to my cheeks as she tugs me down, bringing our lips together in a bruising kiss. My system temporarily goes into shock. When I don't do anything, she presses harder, moving her lips against mine. Parting just long enough to let out a gasp of hot air into my mouth before diving back in, tongue roving and searching and slithering across my gums. To wherever my forehead has returned and now replicating itself across my neck and back. Her hands, her fingers slide against my cheeks, work down my throat. She follows with her mouth, sucking and licking down the length of my neck as she moans into my skin. Keisha, I don't think we should... My lips are trembling. My whole body is trembling. I suddenly feel incredibly cold. Tendrils of icy electricity making my nerves and muscles jump. I don't like this. I don't like this. Please don't. Her hand is already roving. I can feel it descending across my chest, across my stomach. Her fingers reach a rust denim of my jeans. Tears spring into the corners of my eyes. Gidget, stop. Doesn't stop. She moans against me, sucking down hard on my neck. Gidget, stop! Okay, now that those noises have stopped, yeah, no, I like the new CG. I mean, not in the way I'm like, ah, yeah, get sexually assaulted, idiot. But I think it's kind of, I do like the positioning of the characters more, and also the fact that Iggy emotes more in reaction to the text. Oh, chat is just freaking out. Very not cool. Extremely not disco. Super duper extra not disco. Jeez, girl, stop. I finally wrench myself away, half falling off the bed in the process. My body's shaking uncontrollably now. Gidget, however, can only look at me in shock. What's wrong? What is it? Did I do something wrong? I take a moment, trying to find my breath. I clench my fist to hide my quivering fingers. It's I rub my face. It's not that I don't like you. I do. Heck, I don't know. The love you maybe. If it came to that, I don't know. I bite down on my tongue. I can't do that. Do what? I sigh at my own incompetence in forming words and turning my gaze towards the ceiling. It makes me really uncomfortable. Maybe I just need more time. I don't know. She's quiet for a moment. Still. Then she sits back. I see, she finally says. So that's how it is. I turn in confusion, but Gidget's looking away now, gazing off towards the far wall. How? What is? This is your way of saying you don't want to be more than friends, isn't it? No, it's not. Oh, shut up. You like me, but you don't want to fuck me? Is that it? What man doesn't want to fuck a girl he likes? I sit up on my bed, righting myself. My voice seems to crack with every word. I said maybe I need more time as well. I'm honestly really confused too. I've never really been in this situation before. I don't really know what's wrong with me. Stop with the fucking excuses! The sharpness of her tone catches me off guard. I quiet instantly. The temperature of the room feels like it's dropped about 20 degrees. Her shoulders are hunched, her voice quiet. But just too much to ask, wasn't it? What was? What was? I whisper. Even after everything I've done? A chill bends and curves its way down my spine. But this one little thing was just too fucking much, wasn't it? She spins back towards me, only her face is different, contorted. Her lips pull back in a snarl that seems to stretch her entire face. Her pupils like pinpricks in her sunken sockets. Don't be huge! I fly backwards. Mickey is already crawling towards me like some sort of spider, her face twisted and warped. You were just too good for me. Was that it? Your pure, pristine dick, too good to put inside me? She grabs a chunk of my hair, tugs it, twists it. The pain is like a spark of electricity running through my scalp. My eyes immediately go blurry with tears. She yanks me across the bed. I go down hard enough, leaving the soft mattress enough to knock the wind out of me. I try to sit up, to get away. The only managed to turn around on my back before Gidget on top of me, slamming her seat down on my stomach as her hands find my throat. My voice strains against the tightening grip. I'll never forgive the fool, but you will, Vicky. She snarls, leaning forward to her full upper weight is sent to the top of my throat. Maybe no one is good enough for you. Is that it, perfect little lady? I can't form words now. My face, my whole head feels like it's about to explode from the pressure. I can't breathe. She stopped for a moment, her scowl softening. Then glances around the room, gaze stopping on the desk. Her smile returns. She slides off me in the bed and I instantly grasp, desperately pulling air into my lungs. My head spins and I bring my hands to my throat, a futile attempt to relieve the lingering pain. I hear the drawer opening, footsteps, then the creak of the bed. By the time my head's clear enough to open my eyes and register what's happening, Gidget's looming over me again, this time with a pair of long scissors in her hand. Gidget! My body moves on instinct to the side of the blades. I jerk forwards, reach out, attempt to pull myself away, even through the haze of pain. Bridges on top of me again, heavy weight on my chest, palm to my forehead, pushing me down, forcing my head to the mattress. You'll get the fuck anyone. I can think of something you wouldn't be needing then. I can feel her hand on my stomach, then on the fly of my pants. She starts tugging on it. Wow, boss fight. Wait, actually, let's fight. Gainzo, help! Wow. Okay, do we shout for help from presumably Gainzo, or do we try and fight back? I need a moment. My throat hurts. Just a tiny bit. I'm fine. Ugh. Look, I wouldn't mind free bottom surgery, but, you know. Yeah, sip on that tea. Okay, I'm assuming I'm just gonna go with what Maiden says. With this sacred treasure, I summon 8-handed Zilla Divine Divergent General Gainzo. I'd say fuck. Oh, god damn it. Alright, I'm flipping a coin. Coin. Heads is Gainzo. Tails is fight back. Alright. Tails, we're gonna fight back. Gainzo on the opposite side of the building. That is fair. That's actually fair. The coin flip tails, so we're fighting back. Sheer adrenaline takes over me. I jerk forward and hand swing into her face. I manage to scratch her cheek. She growls and shoves me back hard onto the mattress. I try again, using everything I have to launch myself on my elbows and push her off. Stay down! She snaps and lunges forward. Suddenly, everything stops. Both of us freeze. The scissors. The scissors are inside of me. A cold chill dances up my arms, along the back of my neck. Gidget looks stunned at first, as though she can't believe she just did that. Then the look of shock twists into a smile. Now look! She hisses through her curled lips. She jerks the scissors against me, blade further piercing my skin. Gidget! I try, but my lips can't find the words. smile widens. Another shove, upwards this time. The sight must amuse her because she laughs. Keeps laughing. Grabs the handle of the scissors, tighten both hands, face contorting. Forces the blade straight through my belly and chest, slicing me wide open. I can see it. See myself spilling out. Floppy wet sausages sliding down my front. And the blood. It's everywhere. Hitting my shirt, pants and bedsheets below. My body shudders. Got cold. I'm so cold. Don't look at me. Don't look inside me. The last thing I see before my eyes flutter closed is Gidget reaching her hand into the steaming pile of intestines, fingers curling in the slop. Won't do anything. No, thank you for your body, Iggy. He giggles, cackles. Then everything goes dark, and you die. Yikes, I'm making choices like Miles Morales. Why is everyone aiming for the fucking intestines? She was aiming for his dick, yes, that is true. She was aiming for the free bottom surgery. Fun fact, the glass that I'm drinking out of, actually has an image of Iggy from the one of the sprites from the alpha demo. The alpha version of this version of Our Wonderland. I did specifically ask permission from Garrett, and they were like, "Yeah, no, that sounds awesome. Go for it." So I did, and I love this glass. I mean, that's not all that's on there, but Iggy is on there, facing me with his bright, smiling, beaming face. Unfortunately, you are gutted. Because you only did mildly uncouth things to your body. I think that is personally, I think that's the funniest game over. Alright, let's restart. I need to do something, anything. But something in my stomach telling me not to fight back. A strange pain pulsing in and out above my belly button. What then? I love how I can still go for it. There we go. We'll shout for help. I'm going with my gut for this one. My only hope is if someone hears me. I penetrate the pain clawing at my throat, my voice croaking. Everything goes dark and you are disemboweled. Help me! Louder this time. Help! Her hand leaves my forehead just long enough for it to reel back and slap me across the cheek. My head shoots to the side so hard I see stars, and the side of my face burns like it's on fire. Oh, shut up! There's no one here to help you. She's still struggling to get my fly open one-handed, but she finally manages to wrestle the button loose. She smiles, fingers roving the hole in my boxer briefs. At that moment, the slam rocks the room and the door flies open.
What the fuck?
Genzo stands in the doorway, slack-jawed, his gaze going from Gidget to me to the scissors. Genzo? Gidget's voice sounds like a demonic growl, deep and low and echoing off the walls. I'm not sure what goes through Genzo's mind in this moment, or if anything does at all. It happens so fast. The return of General Genzo.
Oh, hell no!
I hear him bellow. Then he's charging at us. Charged straight at the bed, straight Gidget. She doesn't have time to react. His hands hit her straight across the middle, and the force of the impact sent her flying. She stands to the window behind her, shattering the glass instantly. Well, I guess the princess is dead. Her body lands halfway across the frame. Hard. There's a nauseating squelch as jagged shards of glass still protruding from the steel impale her from behind, jutting up through her chest like bloody daggers. I don't move. Genzo doesn't move. We both just stare at her limp body hanging halfway out the window. Her dress is soaked clean through. Red. So much red is dripping off the glass running down the wall, pooling on the floor. What, you didn't expect Genzo to just kill one of his childhood friends? Strange sound rumbles in my chest. Feels louder and louder until it bursts from my lips like a groan that buzzes and whirs in my throat. Scoot back along the bed, away from the window, until my back hits the wall.
Fuck.
Genzo says quietly at first, then louder.
Fuck, 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 fuck.
I bring my hand to my face, my knuckles to my eyes, clenching them shut, trying to block out the scene in front of me.
What do we do? What do we do? Come on, Genzo.
Genzo's smacking his head in his palms. Something loud moves downstairs. Genzo against the de-fraternization feat. I'm right. Tables and chairs cracking and toppling, sliding and grinding footsteps on the hardwood floor. Genzo twists towards the doorway, darts into the hallway.
We got a big fucking problem on our hands, Iggy.
His hand shakes. His voice shakes.
I think we like that we killed their idol.
I watch him take a step back. Then another. Then he leaps back into the room. Just before he manages to slam the door closed, I catch a glimpse of a person. If they could be called a person, their skin was gaunt and grey, and their eyes were puffy and red. They claw at the door. I hear low moans as the door shakes and rattles beneath their nails. We need to get out of here, I'd say with a shudder.
No shit, Sherlock!
Genzo's glancing furiously around the room, but even I know the only exit is the window. Iggy can't catch a break in this damn Wonderland. I can't believe Genzo killed Hatsune Miku. Surely it would be the yellow-haired one, which I can't remember the name of. The only Vocaloids I really know of are Hatsune Miku and Teto. And I don't think Teto's even technically a Vocaloid. It's like some other third option. Yeah, I don't know the yellow-haired Vocaloid, I'm sorry. My Vocaloid knowledge be lacking. I push myself shakily to my feet. There seems to be more of them outside the door now. The scratching has intensified. Genzo climbs out the bed and over to the window, peering around Gidget's body to ascertain the situation outside.
There's an overhang below. I think we can make the jump.
Gidget... Genzo winces, his breath hitches in his throat.
I'm sorry, Gidget.
He then loops an arm around to her pelvis and pushes. There's a crack, a snap at the remaining glass breaks. Another push, all the way this time. He sends her sliding out the window. She disappears over the edge. I hear a thud from outside as her body lands on the overhang.
Come on.
Genzo reaches a hand towards me. I look towards him, towards the window, then back towards the door.
The door ain't gonna last long!
Genzo jerks his hand in growing desperation. The door in question is visibly shaking now, lurch after lurch, sending it rattling on its hinges. I bite down on my lip and dart towards Genzo. At the moment the door gives. It opens with a horrifying slam that sends the door flying backwards and bouncing off the wall. Oh, they look worse. And then the bodies come pouring in. There's so many of them. They crawl and lurch like zombies. They look more red. I remember them looking grey. They look more red now. You're red now? That's my attack. They crawl and moan like zombies, all of them with skin peeled, torn across their bones and sunken eyes pink. The whole pile of them spills off through the doorway and they crunch and crawl for each other to get inside the room. Genzo wastes no time. He grabs around the waist to brace himself and leaps. The Mongolian throat singing, yes. The bit of Mongolian throat singing. I wish I had some way worse. Yeah. Shudder first, he breaks through the remaining glass of the window frame and goes running out the other side, taking me with him. We hit the overhang hard. A second later, the whole thing buckles beneath us. We go clashing to the ground below in a shower of boards and shingles. I lay there for a moment, waiting for my ears to stop ringing and my body to stop screaming, then push myself to my feet, careful to avoid the errant nails and broken wood. Genzo grows next to me and he nurses the shoulder as he sits up.
Fuck my life.
But our lives are short, about to get a lot more fucked. The groans are loud above us, and I can't see Gidget's rubbish fans reaching and groping out through the window. Some of them are already attempting to pull themselves out after us. The situation's not better on the ground. More gaunt faces appear around the corners of nearby buildings, limping and dragging themselves across the once cheery cobbles. Genzo, what do I do? I hiss. Fuck. He lurches to his feet, clinging in pain, but he pushes through, eyes clearing and gaze sharpening as he looks around. And then finally,
come on, I have an idea.
He takes off. I hear but the sound of a body falling behind us quickly follow. I'm not sure where we're going at first. And around the corner, Genzo jerks backwards as we approach another swarm of clawing, reaching hands.
Other way!
Quickly we reroad to the other road, circling past a set of buildings, narrowly avoiding convergence to two more packs. Then straight on, back to Main Street, groans mutter moans, guttural screeches filling the air around us. The pier. We're heading towards the pier. Past the bakery. Past the cafe. And one more bend and the water appears. Dark now, but lined with white bobbing boats.
The blue one!
That's his attack. Ginzo shouts out, pointing towards the left. But they're everywhere now, spinning out the alleyways, falling from the windows, flat against the ground. All of them lurching and reaching, bones creaking, eyes oozing. We race to the edge. I see a little blue sloop from earlier, sail fluttering in the breeze.
In.
I don't even stop. I take a flying leap to the side of the pier and land across one of the boat seats so hard I swear I lose consciousness in a half second. Ginzo's right behind me, the boat slushing into water as he comes tumbling on board. Hand to my head, I push myself up, wait till the double vision recedes and I can actually make out the pier and the bodies swarming our way. Ginzo, the rope! I try and walk forward, dizzying and wobbling.
I got it!
Ginzo latches to a rope, keeping the boat tied to the pier. The knot is tight, and when he can't rest it loose, he resorts to jangling it and jerking tugs that send shivers through the boat's frame. They're getting closer, almost to the water now, like a hungry rose spinning over the edge of a bucket. I bring my hand to my hair, clutching at the curls. Then frantically begin searching the boat for anything that might free us from the rope. There's a pile of rigging, a flare gun, a couple of spare boards. Finally, underneath the front overhang, I find a small toolbox. And in it, God almighty, a rigging knife. I snatch it up, fly over to Ginzo, and begin hacking at the rope. The individual fibers snap one by one, agonizingly slowly, but it's working. Working! I raise my hand for an extra punishing swing, only to find it caught mid-air. I look up and see my wrist ensnared by a set of grizzled grey fingers. I scream! Jack back! But there's already more of them, and they're crawling forward, edge of the pier, groping and clawing at my arm, face and hair. Oh, this one's new. Oh my god! There's 3, 4, 5 sets of fingers wrapped around my arm now, and I feel my feet start to leave the ground. They're pulling me back. I scream so loud I can hear my vocal cords rip. How long are you gonna stream? At least another hour. I mean, I'll try and get to the end of this. I try to get to the end of the demo, but I don't know if it's going to be longer than an hour. So I'd say about an hour. Ginzo wraps his arms around my waist, clicking his heels into the side of the boat.
Let them go, you fuckers!
Pain shoots from my shoulder and upper arm. They're going to rip it off. I start to hyperventilate, heart beating out of my chest. I wriggle, yank, swat desperately with my free arm as they try and pull. But even more, latching on, forming a bridge of flesh from the pier towards the boat and allowing even more of those fingers to crawl across. I feel the fingers digging into my hair, my scalp, scraping my eyes, my cheeks. Ginzo groans behind me and the pressure on my midsection builds and he clings me tighter.
Fuck!
He jerks backwards, and this time the force is so great it sends the boat reeling backwards and the final remaining fibers of the rope snap. The boat breaks free and the zombies latched onto me get pulled off the pier and into the water. I nearly go with them. Probably would have two if Ginzo hadn't locked his legs around the inside of one of the boat's seats. I feel the arms loosen, pulled away, and use the new freedom to battle frantically at the boats that still remain. Finally, one last piece loses its grip, and I watch the thing sink down into the inky blackness outside the boat. All I can do to sit there and breathe, not collapse right then and there. Be back in 15. Okay, yeah, it's a bit of a slow intermediary bit, so it's all good. My knees feel like twin piles of goo. My arms and fingers tingle with growing numbness. Ginzo unwraps himself from my waist, sliding backwards onto his rear end.
Jesus.
I follow suit, sitting shakily on one of the seats. And as I'm sitting there, I'm breathing and shuddering and taking all of it in. It hits me. Tears flood my cheeks, like a river leaking down my face. My shoulders rock, chest gasping, mucus oozing down my lips. I can't stop it. Like someone's flipped a switch and now there's no going back. Ginzo pulls himself next to me, wrapping an arm around my shoulder.
Try it out. Just try it out.
He gives my shoulder a firm squeeze. And that's exactly what I do. I think this is a new track. We float across the water all night. We try and stay awake at first, patch ourselves up, remain vigilant. But the worried tendrils of sleep are quick to descend. I curl up with my head on a pile of rigging, hugging my arms to my chest and hoping all the things holy. When I wake up, I'll be back in my bed. And all this would have been nothing but a horrible nightmare. But it's not. When I creak my bleary eyes open again and take the sun on the horizon, all I see is a wide swath of blue as far as the eye can see. We take turns rowing with a spare board lying in the bottom of the boat. I'm not sure if it does anything, but at least it feels more productive than sitting here twiddling our thumbs. My voice is still hoarse, my throat raw. Kenzo tells me my neck looks fine, but his look of concern betrays him. I must look awful, especially with all the scratches I can feel stinging at my cheeks and forehead. Can't imagine Genzo feels much better. I catch him rubbing his shoulder when he doesn't see me looking. I don't speak about what happened. That would make it too real. There we sit mostly in silence, rowing, resting, watching the sun rise overhead, then begin its slow descent back down. The sky just started to turn a soft shade of pink when Genzo makes a noise. He points in the direction we're floating. Spires, on the horizon. Land! I smile and despise myself. Thank fucking God. We both set to rowing now, anxious to be back on solid ground despite the fear of what might await us. Nothing can stop what just happened at this point. Right? Right. The floating spires turn out to be attached to a castle, a large castle. As we row closer, it looms larger, soaring walls, giant towers, twisting walkways, and glistening red peaks. Surrounded on the outside by a wide moat, and even further out by red and orange roofs of a small castle town. Genzo whistles between his teeth.
What a chunk of architecture. Quite a hunk of architecture.
Was there ever a castle here? I ask softly as I feel myself becoming much, much smaller in its shadow.
Don't remember, but that's not saying much.
I chew on the inside of my cheek. There's no flashes of memory here, not like back in the village. But we're quite away from the cottage now. We might not have ever come out this far before. There's a scraping rumble between us and the boat slows to a stop. We've hit land. There's no dock or pier here. Instead, the lake simply glides up against the bank, almost like some kind of grassy beach. One second. Dang, I just checked when Deltarune's going to come out, and it's like 4 o'clock, so I'm actually not in any rush. I can just, like, finish this and then take Deltarune. We hop out the boat into ankle-deep water and drag it the rest of the way, not wanting to get swept back out on the water lest we need it for another quick escape. My feet squish inside my shoes. It's getting pretty dark now, and I'm not too keen on walking around this place at night.
Maybe there's a place to shack up in town?
Genzo rolling the legs of his pants down around his ankles. I simply nod. A soft place to lay on our heads would be welcome respite at this point. So I lead us up the hill in the direction of the buildings we saw earlier. It's not that far. Already I can see what looks like fishing sacks up the bend, and past that cobblestone road into town proper. I put my head onto the open door of one of the shacks. No one there, and nobody travelling the road either. It's almost eerily quiet. Damn, that's a castle.
Ding dong, anyone home?
Genzo knocks on one of the doors. He shrugs at lack of reply. Fun fact. This background image I have tracked down, and I would love to pilgrimage there, because it is very far from where I live, but not impossible for me to get to. I honestly would love to just take a picture outside, just for the fun of it. And my current job would allow me to travel close. We find the road towards what seems to be the centre of town, more and more buildings lining either side. Pilgrimage. It will be a flipping pilgrimage with how far it is. But even here, the paths return empty and the windows of the buildings are dark. The only sound is the fountain in the middle of the square. Tinkling, tinkling, tinkling.
I know I got a bit of a reputation, but I didn't think it was that bad.
This feels weird.
I didn't think it was pronounced. I think it's pronounced fucked up.
I looked to the left. Two buildings that looked like stores sit silent and motionless. Hasty scrawled closed signs hang askew from the doors. I looked to the right. The dark windows of small cafes stare back hauntingly. This outdoor seating an area devoid of life.
I'm gonna try something.
Genzo cups his hands around his mouth. He takes a deep breath. Genzo, no! I kiss and grab his arm.
What?
He looks at me and shoot confusion. He shoots me a look of confusion. Looks me a shoot of confusion is very different. But suddenly, for some reason, making noise feels like a really bad thing. My whole back of my neck is tingling. I tilt my head, straining my ears. Footsteps. Marching footsteps. Far away now, but getting closer. We need to hide. I promptly yanked Genzo off towards the gap between the two nearby buildings. We hunker down in the shadow with our backs to the wall, waiting, listening. The footsteps are close now, and that rhythm. Sharp and methodical and perfectly in time. Oh god, not the rabbit skin. Oh god, yes, the rabbit skin. Also, I'm going to be honest, the place in the background is called Hale's Bar, and I would love to take, I'd love to take Hale, my lovely partner, to Hale's Bar, because I think it'd be funny. It's like a 2-for-1. I already know who it is that's going to appear from around the building. Battalion of rabbits marches into the square 2x2, ears chanting, eyes twitching, and boots smacking the ground in harmonized cadence.
Jesus.
I hear Genzo whisper under his breath. I press my back tighter against the wall. The rabbits come in synchronized stop in front of the fountain. It's not the same battalion as before, that much I can tell. The leader at least doesn't seem quite as jumpy. The rabbit in question procures a folded sheet of parchment from under his armor, unfolds it, coughs, and then squawks. Ding! St. Clair Islands, you are hereby under arrest by order of the king. You are to surrender yourself peacefully. Failure to do so will be understood as treason to the crown, and we will be forced to use whatever means necessary to detain you. Another cough. He lowers his paper and looks around. The square is still empty. True to me. He scowls and rolls his eyes. Search the houses! He belts and returns his papers to the slit in the armor. The other rabbits set to motion immediately, each one of them darting off towards a different house. They don't bother knocking. They slam open the doors of their shoulders and disappear inside. Their frenzied stomping soon mixed with frightened yells and screaming. There are people inside. I gulp, clench my eyes shut. But that just makes it even more terrifying. To open them back up, gaze drifting shakily between each of the open doors. The high-pitched scream bites through the air.
Found her, sir.
One of the rabbits emerges from the house on the other side of the square. His hands clench the long blonde hair of a woman in a brown dress, and he's dragging her out in sharp yanks to perpetuate her screams. Excellent work, Sentry! The lead rabbit marches over in 2 crisp steps, slides the paper back out, unfolds it, coughs. Sentry Ellens, you are hereby under arrest by order of the king. You are to... He screams even louder. On, and on, and on, and on. Even from as far away as we are, the sound of it jabs at my eardrums like a knife. The lead rabbit stops and sighs. Just take her in. He jabs a thumb in the direction of the castle. The sentry salutes and drags her kicking, squirming body across the cobblestones. Doors slam around us as the rest of the sentries abandon their searches and continue, then return to formation. Welcome back, Onion. I got the 9 of spades, not 6 of spades. I'm a bit lost. Okay, so we're on the boat. We hit land near a castle. A very empty castle town nearby. And a bunch of rabbits showed up and just ripped someone out of their home for some kind of crime. And we're hiding because them rabbits be scary. I feel my chest begin to loosen.
Over here, sir.
It takes me a second to realise the shout's coming from right behind us. I turn just as one of the sentries bunts Genzo with the butt of his spear. Genzo yelps, rams into me, and we both go sprawling out into the street.
Suspicious individuals hiding over here.
I tend to push myself to my knees. I need for the sentry's boot to come down hard on my back. Well, 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 what do we have here? The lead rabbit muses. Did one stomp a rabbit to death? One of the rabbits did stomp a mouse to death, but this ain't the same group. I hear him march towards us, crisp, methodical. Oh! He gestures. Before I can wonder what he means, Sentries grab both of us by our collars and heaves us off the ground. They look like children that have been caught stealing like cookies. The fabric of my shirt digs into my throat, my arms are flung against either side like a chicken about to take flight. I try and kick to fight, I really do, but my feet don't touch the ground. All I manage to do is further cut off my circulation that's already a tender neck as I swing. The lead rabbit grabs me by the chin and reaches my head upwards, the finger biting into my jaw and cheeks. Interesting. He twists my head to the right, to the left. Then lets my head drop unexpectedly as he grabbed it. He moves to Gainzo. Gainzo just grins.
If you wanted to play rough, all you had to do was ask. I always did have a thing for bondage play.
I'm screenshotting this for unspecified reasons. This draws Gainzo with a backhanded slap to the face and he yelps. Shut up! But something must catch the rabbit's eye because his ears go straight as lightning rods. He grabs Gainzo again and jerks his head the other way. This one! This is the one that His Majesty is looking for! The rabbit smiles, laughs, grin reaching to his ear.
Sir?
The sentry holding us asks. To which the squawk makes my ears ring. Bring them in! Both of them! The lead rabbit lets Gainzo's head fall and claps his hands together, clearly tickled pink. We'll be eating well tonight, gentlemen!
Sir!
The sentry tries to salute, must realize he can't because his arms are full of, well, us, and simply straightens instead, clinking his heels together. Holds it under zero pressure. So far, Gainzo has a positive win rate, my god. Back in formation! The lead rabbit screeches again, and the sentries are quick to get back in line. Our sentry follows. Just when I'm wondering if we're about to be carried like this the whole way, the world turns upside down, and I'm tossed like a sack of potatoes over the sentry's shoulder. My forehead smacks like the backside of his armor with an audible clang. Once my head stops spinning, I glance over and see Gainzo draped over the shoulder of another sentry. It's all I can do to throw him a look of helplessness as the marching begins anew beneath us. Taking us towards the castle and whatever or whoever awaits us there. Dang, it's like we're in some sort of castle town. The shiny marble floor of the grand hall welcomes me to the castle, with a crack to my jaw. I simply die there for a moment as the tendrils of flame shoot up my shoulder and face and slowly push myself up to my hands. I swear I can still hear the reverberating slap of my body hitting the floor echoing off the walls. Just in front of us is the grand staircase. And when my gaze follows it upwards, I'm met with the highest ceiling I've ever seen. Up, up, up it goes, and decorated with multiple crystalline chandeliers at its peak. Stained glass windows of brilliant kaleidoscopic designs that line the walls on the way back down, followed by lower levels of dark-coloured tapestries at least 3 times my height. Suddenly, I feel very small. This must be some sort of third sanctuary. I haven't even gotten to third sanctuary on my friggin' chapter 4 replay. Attention! A streak from behind me and the sentry circling us pull a crisp salute. Gainzo groans and rolls over, then pushes himself upwards to a seat.
After having experienced it, I can say it again, thrown over your shoulder like a continental soldier is not the romantic fantasy I've always envisioned.
It's quiet for a moment. Then, from the far hallway, a small figure emerges, clapping his hands together slowly. Glad to see that mouth of yours hasn't changed despite your newly regained visual acuity. It's Orlum. Nice voice acting, thank you. Fucking Orlum! Sporting a gaudy as fuck crown. A red velvet cape with white and black fur. escorted either side by a pair of overly embellished rabbit attendants. My jaw drops nearly to the floor. He has to bring his hand to his mouth to stifle his laughter. He nearly chokes.
What the fuck, all of them? You look like the Prince John, left out of Prince John and Meta Medusa.
Olim's face grows red. He clenches his fists. Ew! His jaw tightens. Softens. He forces a smile. Must be so tired having walked all this way. I push myself to my feet with a little wobble. Onion song? Dear King, down these Kanye references. What the heck? Olim has negative aura. Oh. 24 hours to finish. Delta chapters 1 to 4. All secret bosses, all eggs, random shit like Madton, Rudy, Onion San, Sans. Oh no. Looks really good. Eesh. All of them have negative aura. Oh. Positive aura. Onion. It's a bit much, I say beneath my breath. I take out a foot to catch my balance, only for the nearest sentry to thrust his spear right into my stomach. I shout backwards with a stumble that almost sends me to the floor. Now, there's no need for any of that. Olim spreads his arms. These are my guests. I want you to treat them with nothing but the utmost respect. Glides towards us, little cape fluttering, and the sentry pauses, but ultimately retreats his spear. Olim tut-tuts beneath his breath, hands to my collar to fix the skewed fabric. Okay, you look awful. He wipes the dirt off the front of my shirt and smooths down the hem. No, that won't do. We'll get you cleaned up. Get some food in those bellies, and you'll stay in 2 of my grandest rooms. Geezer huffs to his feet next to me and straightens his hat.
Well, who died and made you king, huh?
Olim just smiles, that off-kilter smile of his. Laughs. Genzo negs Olim. Genzo has better feet. Olim fights crime during the day. What the hell is going on? Genzo doesn't. I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty sure the only thing freaking Olim is fighting is a sexual harassment lawsuit. That was harsh. Wouldn't you like to know? I remember Olim being fucking Superman. You think he is involved with the police? Oh. Olim sends us to the baths, each with our own rabbit attendant. Our own incredibly doting rabbit attendant. Good enough when my attendant helps me undress, but it gets exponentially weirder the moment he guides me into the tub and begins scrubbing me down. You know I can wash myself, I say as I blow a cluster of bubbles off my nose. The rabbit has my wrist in the air and is currently scrubbing the underside of my arm. His Majesty wants to ensure you're spotless. It's the only response I get. What is going on in chat? Once the cleansing is finished, I feel as though I've lost about 3 layers of skin. I'm toweled off and dressed in a thick white robe. Then it's a large fantasy where my curls are blown dry and where I'm given the choice view of the state of my face for the first time. I grimace in the mirror. Purple and brown bruises form circles around my throat, coming to a head just beneath my ears. My cheeks are lined with rough red scratches. Even my eyes look bad, dark and red and sporting twin black circles that stretch up my nose. My attendant finishes brushing my now fuzzy hair and I place my glasses back on my nose. Thankful their thick frames hide some of the damage around my eyes. There's a knock on the door and another rabbit enters the room, holding my neatly folded set of clothes. It takes me to a moment to realise they're my own. Wait, when did you... They've been cleaned and dried and perfectly pressed. I have no idea how. I couldn't have been more in the bath longer than 20 minutes. My attendant, of course, has no inclination of letting me dress myself. I raise my arms, he tucks the shirt over my head, smoothing it carefully across my front and back, and then tucks me into my pants and cinches the waist tight with a clasp. My fear of doing something wrong and everything going to hell supersedes my extreme discomfort over the whole situation. Although now Gideon's the one with the sexual assault lawsuit, and she got the death sentence. Afraid so. Once I'm finally finished, my attendant leads me back into the hall. Gideon and his attendant emerge from the door at the opposite side, at the opposite side almost exactly the same time. He looks disturbed.
Was that the weirdest fucking thing you've ever experienced, or did they do something different to you?
He hisses our attendant to guide us back downstairs. You mean they're bathing and everything?
Yes!
He shoots his attendant a weary look.
My guy definitely spent too long on my dick.
I feel my face flash. Yeah, I didn't pay attention. Truth be told, I spent most of my time in the bath with my eyes closed thinking of England. England represent, baby! England represent! At the bottom of the steps, we turn right, and the rabbits take us down a great corridor lined either side with Titanic-sized flags. Each one we pass has a darker shade of red, darker, yet darker, leading to a giant set of double doors on the end of the hall. A few more rabbit attendants step us to the side as the doors open on their own like magic, revealing an enormous golden ballroom. At its centre, a long table piled high with some of the most opulent food I've ever seen in my life. Lump roasts, golden rolls, buttery pies, caked with more tears than I can count. And colours, so many colours, bright and vivid and all of it steaming hot, sitting atop brilliant bronze tableware that gleams in the light of the chandeliers. There's even a real working fountain pumping out what looks like pints of liquid chocolate. My eyes practically bug out of my head. Next to me, Gainzo makes the sign of the cross in front of his chest.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
A feast for the eyes, no?
All of
We spared no expense. Ha! Ha! Not that we would need to.
Gainzo twitches.
Do you have to do that creepy coming out the shadows thing like some kind of fucking rodent?
Onum just smiles, his already lidded eyes squinting further in amusement.
I get to eat like this every night. I'm sure it's quite a treat for both of you.
Yeah, really impressed with your ability to wish your way into power.
Gainzo rolls his eyes. Onum ignores him, ambles over and throws his arms around both our shoulders.
Gentlemen, it's been too long. Can't we just enjoy this evening of opulence together? The night is still young, after all. Let's live like kings, or as close to it as you two will ever get.
Gainzo winces, but allows himself to be guided across the table all the same. It is a rather tempting sight. I think this art's new, but I think it was in the alpha build. We seated on either side of a table, more sets of rabbits attendants scurrying to ready our chairs. Ornament himself sits at the head of the table in an extravagant throne that looks like he could fit 5 of him inside of it. Voice, I think. Wait, what's the wrong voice? I love how the drawing's slightly separate. I love that. When I did my fake fan game video, that was one of the things I had to replicate. Or perhaps sits isn't the right word. Or lounges. Too creepy of a voice for all of them. Okay. Good for you, Onion. The voice stays. Hey, I recently saw a drawing of the back of Orlem's head, and it was unnatural. It was I don't think I was meant to see that. In fact, I commented that, and I just got a caps lock laugh in reply. He leans back amongst the piles of cushions and blankets, lining the seat, chin balanced on his palm. then raises his arm in the air and snaps his fingers. One of the rabbit attendants is waiting aside the far door, darts over and places a golden wine glass in his outstretched hand, and immediately fills it. One of them swirls it, takes a sip, glances at us, both simply watching him in an awkward disbelief. He waves his hand in disdain. It's disdain. Exasperation. Eat! Eat! I mean, to be honest, I'm just giving all of them a nasally voice. It seems to fit him. Kind of like a really fucked up Epiphet Array's prison of plastic. Well, now I have to, like, look it up. Maria Paribus. Right, yeah, I haven't watched that. I just know that didn't it send someone to seek mental help because their fridge was advertising Paribus at them. Pretty sure that was the thing that happened. I sat my head back towards the food. I am hungry. Famished, even. Haven't had anything to eat since arriving here. I reach forward and begin gathering some of the best-looking items off the table, laying out my plate. Genzo snorts as he forks a giant slice of roast and rips it off, it off with his teeth.
You sure got everyone ripped around here.
I mean, what'd you expect? I am the king. I can do whatever I want, and nobody's gonna stop me.
Takes another gulp of his wine.
It feels good to be respected for once.
I spoon the dollop of buttery potatoes into my mouth. My mind goes immediately to the town outside, and the woman we saw dragged screaming from our home. A little iron-fisted, isn't it? A shrug.
They needed discipline. You should have seen the place when I arrived. Nothing but chaos, anarchy, anarchy. No one keep the masses in line.
It's followed by a smirk.
I'm making great progress.
Oh, I get it. No one likes you, so you have to force them to like you. They're expecting no less from you, Big O.
Ozan twitches, but otherwise doesn't react. He leans forward with that ever-present smile.
Wine, gentlemen.
His arm goes up before we have a chance to respond, and another snap sends two riot attendants to the table with ready glasses to serve us. Oh, sure.
Don't mind if I do.
Genzo promptly downs about half the glass in one gulp. I sip slowly at my own, washing down the chunk of what seems to be bacon-wrapped asparagus. My gaze goes back to Orlum. He's watching Genzo. Staring at Genzo. Leaning forward, chin in hand, grinning from ear to ear. His eyes follow Genzo's every move, from the movement of his wine glass from mouth to table, to the forkfuls of cottage pie he shovels in his mouth. Something inside me, deep down beneath my bowels, sparks and twists in a strange discomfort. Olin picks up a fork and uses it to cut a small piece of bright red meatloaf. He jabs it to the tines, then floats it in Genzo's direction. I think Gidget will respawn, probably like we did. Maybe.
Try some of the loaf.
Genzo wipes his pie crumbs from his mouth, gobbles up the piece of Orlum's fork without question, and gets to his bowl of stew. Cuts up a spoonful, then raises a finger, still chewing.
None of this negates the fact that I think you're a conniving douchebag, you know. It's just I'm really hungry.
Oh, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Orlum places the fork back down, hands to his cheeks like a pining lover. Another lightning-like jab to my gut. As hungry as I am myself, I'm having a hard time fighting this constricting twist in my stomach. Anyone pick up Gidget reboot card?
Whoa!
I vote third. I like number 2. Genzo's already ribbed us a bit about like looking at images of Gidget. I think it'll be funny, but If chat picks third, then I guess chat's picking third. I'm not sure what it is that makes me say it, to be honest. Vote for 2. Coin flipping, heads for 2, tails for third. Oh, heads, okay. Heads, sorry. I literally just looked up coin flip on Google and I'm just using that. I don't know if it's correct or not, but it's giving different results. As usual, when faced with an uncomfortable situation, I try and divert everyone's attention with a not so well placed joke. Change you two. Why don't you get a room already? The sorry cop. Enzo twitches, his lip pulling in grimace. He begins soaring wordlessly at his steak. Orlum, on the other hand, shoots me a glare. What? What did I say, huh? I bring up my hands in confusion.
Always a kidder, Harry.
Orlum's eyes widen. God, sorry. I drop my gaze. Just trying to make conversation. One's also funny, just talking about potatoes. Damn right. Honestly, onions are better. I wonder why you'd say that, Onion. I wonder why. I then take my food, spearing an egg over the top of my potatoes and watching the yolk run across the folds. Maybe if you two wouldn't be at each other's throats all the time?
At each other's throats?
Enzo snaps.
More like if this fucker didn't have to be an obnoxious jackass all the time.
Oh, so it's my fault? When you're the one who thinks his shit smells better than everyone else's.
Orlum slams down his wine glass. Oh no, I started the domestic dispute.
What did I ever do to you, huh?
Now Enzo springs to his feet.
You existed. Your thought about that, just the sight of you makes me nauseous.
Guys, holy fuck! I jerk halfway up and out my chair, waving my hands. Can we just come down here? I can't help but notice the nearest rabbit attendant to move closer to the table. Enzo turns away with a huff. He slops back down to his chair, chewing softly on the food inside his mouth. For a glance at Orlum. He's just sitting there, jaw clenched and fingers tight around his wine glass. For just a moment, I swear I see water glinting in his eye. Then his earlier smack returns. I see him throw a pointed glance at the nearest rabbit attendant. He nods his head and the rabbits move back to their previous position near the door.
Yes, there's no reason to bigger. Chivalry is stability, huh?
He swirls his wine, takes a sip. I press my lips together in discomfort, now wishing I hadn't said anything at all. So, Orlum. I start wiping my mouth with a napkin. What's your plan then? You just gonna stay down here? Orlum rests his chin on his hand, almost lackadaisically.
Oh, I know. Just playing it by ear, I guess. Not like everyone's gonna miss me up there. And it's just like, you know, so much good I can do here. I rush things.
I bet someone thought about shipping these two right at this scene. This scene? Probably someone shipping them in the intro. Why, indeed. I mutter to myself, disguising my words with my wine glass. I cough. You should have looked at yourself at how the door first... Have you looked at all into how the door opened in the first place? You obviously have quite a bit of reach down here. You could be looking into what's going on, searching for bugs. Orlum plays a rivalry.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Raises his wine glass above his head, slowly spinning it back and forth.
Besides, if Bugs is down here, she must not want to be found. I certainly haven't seen any traces of her, and neither has any of the men.
Enzo guffaws.
Well, stuck down here for you, I'd say clear too.
More wine, Enzo?
Orlum asks lazily.
Those are chicken have lips.
Now a snap of the fingers. The rabbit attendant returns to the table with a newly opened bottle of wine filling Enzo's glass. Despite the blasé response, his words give me pause. Orlum's rabbit guards seem to be everywhere. If they ever run into Bugs, maybe she really isn't here, but that doesn't make any sense.
Something wrong, Iggy?
Orlum's leaning towards me this time.
Not enjoying your food?
I give a little start. No, it's not. Run a hand through my curls. Tiny tendrils of sweat begin to form at my forehead. Just not feeling super hot, I guess. Maybe I need to lie down for a bit.
Super hot. Super hot.
Of course. You've surely been through quite the ordeal. He snapped his fingers again. Guards, take Ignatius to the room we prepared. He needs his rest. Two guards emerge from the main doorway. They march over and pull my chair away from the table. I stand up somewhat hesitantly and Freud gains a look across the table. He's still chomping away happily. How did you say that? No? What?
Super.
Oh, yeah.
Super hot.
Found two of the other kids. Darn right. We're missing one. Yeah. We're missing Bucks. The one that started this whole darn thing by going missing in the first place, apparently. Wife and the husband. The husband's not here. The husband's not here. The husband's just kind of worried. He's not. He's a part of the plot, but also not a part of like Wonderland at all. The only five to worry about in Wonderland are, well, the four we've seen so far and Bugs.
Catch up with you later, X.
Yeah, okay. Sleep well now. On the waves. The guards lead me out the ballroom and back to the hallway. Was the husband not involved in the Black Magic? No. The husband, Tuna, is basically kind of like the Sixth Ranger. He's not involved directly in, like, Wonderland. Unfortunately. I like Huna. Poor guy. My head is really starting to feel fuzzy now. Sweat dribbles down the back of my neck and the cold chill sends goosebumps up and down my arms. The guards take me up multiple flights of stairs and my legs feel more jellified with each landing we reach. Finally, we turn down the hallway lined with ornately curved doors. They open the second door on the left and beckon me inside. Oh, I think I might call it for today, and I'll finish up Wednesday. Plan will be we'll finish up our Wonderland. I'll probably like cut the stream for a bit. Then I'll come back. I'll finish up replaying Deltarune, and then we'll get through to chapter 5. So yeah, I think that'll be my plan. I'm not too far. I'm in. I'm partway through the second sanctuary. Where's the Delta? Yeah. No, I'm gonna stream Deltarune on Wednesday. Don't worry. But I'll get this finished up because there's like an hour or two left, and then I can just like sort out my save file. Yeah, see, hope to see you next stream. Oh yeah, of course, I will see you next stream. I definitely hope. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, night, and as always, stay hydrated. And I'll definitely see y'all later. Let me very quickly save. There we go. I've made good progress. Alright. Have some hydration. Bye for now.